Also, the conditions look almost perfect.
Yeah, the conditions are great. We did send Adrian Bergill down there, though, and didn't actually do the ground conditions. He actually spent time talking to people and
signing
doing his job.
autographs.
And we'll talk about that later on. Over to you, Poppy.
All right, good on you, mate. Thank you. Kieran Jones does the ruck work up against the big man, Paul. I reckon Paul got the tap at a ground level. Mafra with the numbers. Nice kick forward by Braden Monk. Kicks to centre half forward, inside forward 50. First player there, Jack Challens, takes himself out of the contest. Some good bumps there, and off they go. Defensive 50. Druin, ground level, fighting hard. Taken without the ball, I thought. A free kick would go the way of Ed Carr. The umpire says no. It goes Druin's way from defensive 50. Early seconds, Druin will come grandstand side. They went looking, searching for Aidan Quirk and found that player. The kick wasn't great. Kingy attempted to kick it off the ground. No, didn't make the distance, and Cade Renoy picks up the ball, goes forward, but falls in the arms of a Druin defender, and that's Shea Harvey.
Yeah, Harvey looks forward to, looking forward inside for Kingy. Kingy couldn't take the ball inside his forward 50, looks for the boundary and actually found the boundary not by choice, but it's a throw in there, goal side there, just outside the 50 for Druin. So good conditions out here at Mafra Rec Reserve. Umpire ball's in, tap out there by Powell. The umpire's found a free kick. He's found it for holding against Jones, and it goes to Powell. Or Paul. We say it's Paul or Powell. Paul. Paul kicks it inside 50, looking for Quirks. Couldn't mark. Intercepted there by Urish by Mafra. Picked off. Oh, and great work there by Ed Carr. Ed Carr gets the handball back to Hutz, who kicks the ball outside of his defensive 50. A great spoil there by his Druin opponent, who couldn't just quite see, but it's out of bounds there, close to the big famous gum tree here at Mafra.
All right, so the big man, Paul V. Jones, we'll see a lot of these contests throughout the course of the afternoon. Getting first hand to the ball was Paul again. Nicely done. Ground level. Mafra got the numbers. Kick smothered inside a tight contest. Can they break away and gain some yardage? They can. The Eagles, that is. Out of defensive 50. A little bit of room to wiggle. Need a favourable bounce. Guess what? No favourable bounce. Fighting hard. Pushing the back against Mafra. Goes the way of Joe Collins for Druin from 55. Collins kicks to the boundary. The kick. Perfecto. A beautiful kick of 45 metres. Only about hip height all the way, and fell in the arms of a leading Kai Kirk, who on a 45-degree angle and about 35 metres out will attempt to get the first score on the board for this afternoon's game. So Kai Kirk, just the slightest of briefs. Starts at left. Does it come back? It does not. Minor score, but first score, Paul Carter.
And the Virtue Home scoreboard has taken just short of 3 minutes, and it's one behind to Druin.
Couple of matchups, boys. James Huss gone to Hugo Burks, and down back there, Luke Shoughton on Clayton Kingy.
Cade Renoy's got the kick in here for Mafra. Yeah, takes his little 10, 15-metre kick, kicks it long outside, looking for Jones. He's got Powell there to work with as well. Ed Carr coming strong. No mark taken. Ball's in dispute inside here. I think the umpire's just going to come in, yep. And he has. He's going to ball up just on the point of the square. Druin side of goal. Ball's up pretty much quickly. Jones gets a tap. Looking for Carr. Carr couldn't pick it up. Picked up there, and I think the free kick should be there, and it was. And the free kick should be going to Kinder there of Druin. And it is. And Kinder, he rolls on his left foot, looking inside 50 for Quirks, and he leads strong. Great punch out there by, and I couldn't pick up the Mafra player there either. Mafra, it was Cade Renoy picks in it, strong tackle. We don't even know who the number is there too. Is it a different number? We need to actually work that one out there. Number 22 there for Mafra. So maybe the royalty of Mafra can actually help us out there, or maybe
Ben Brunt, 27.
It was Brunt, was it? Yep. So there you go. I've got the old lines mixed up there. Ball up, no real tap out there. We'll give that to Paul. He goes in there for a second effort. Handball comes out by Carr. Carr looks for Monk. It's just really balls just popping in and out. Balls finally kicked out there by Mafra, but it's marked off there by Kingy, and he marks in just onside 50. He goes lateral, looking for and finding McCullough. McCullough plays on. Looking again. He's been busy today, Kinder. He drops the mark that should have been. And the umpire, he looks playing for a free kick. The umpire said, no, play on. The umpire kicks it, and the ball puts inside there for John. But a huge
my God.
climb there by Hugo Burks. Oh, hang on, the umpires actually hasn't given it to Hugo Burks.
In front, the guy in front, guys.
Wow. And he's played it to the player in front. And that is Clayton Kingy. I think if I was Clayton Kingy, I'd be saying, here's the ball, Quirksy. That wasn't mine. That was yours, Poppy.
It's a great take, wasn't it? A great take. And I tell you what, we have a Zambrero Traralgon goal of the day, but if we had a mark of the day, that would be it. The kick for goal, offline for Druin. That was Clayton Kingy. As it marked?
It's marked.
Moment in millimetres inside. I reckon he's looking to play on very quickly. He's going to play on, left leg around the body. And Druin are on the board. 5 minutes gone. First quarter, the visiting side doing all the attacking. That's 1-1-7. Maffra yet to score. Sorry, Paul Carter, but it was good play there by the visiting side.
And do we know who that one is? Not quite sure.
Burks.
It was Burks, was it?
Yep.
It was a terrific play on there to get the first goal on the board for Druin, and on the Virtue Home scoreboard, as Poppy has told you, just past the 5-minute mark of the quarter. 1-1-7 Druin. Maffra yet to score.
Yeah, just a couple of skill errors from the Maffra boys, especially at half-back there. They turned it over at half-back, and that's when Druin went one way and really ran forward, moved the ball forward, and obviously a couple of marks inside 50, which is not a great start for the Maffra boys down back.
So today we're looking at best on ground, thanks to our friends at Gippsland Mazda as well. On during the course of the afternoon, we're chucking ourselves down on the boundary thanks to Carpet Country.
Ball's flicked out. The umpire's got the game started pretty much well. Paul bullocks his way through. Couldn't get a real effective clearance on there as well, but fully supported there by Marshall. Marshall flicks the ball out to Evans. Evans brings it inside, looking for Burks again. He couldn't mark, but actually gathered it really well. Marks the ball inside, turns it around, and has just missed, which could have been another contender for the Zambrero goal of the afternoon. Another point there to the Druin side.
1-2-8 on the Virtue Home scoreboard. That's the Druin score. Maffra still yet to score.
And Maffra with the ball now, defensive 50, runners to the left and right, chooses to go to the left. There's a little bit of room to wiggle here, and they might do that through the big man in Jones as well. Plays on, got a runner. The handball wasn't great, but it was good enough to find a teammate. And now from left half forward flank, is that Geishan?
Yep,
Geishan from left half forward flank with those long sleeves, goes inside forward 50. A chance, much needed for the home side at the moment. Kick for goal round the corner, offline, and in fact out of play, just metres from Maffra's goal.
They aren't fluoro boots, they are luminous boots.
They are
the brightest
green
boots I've ever seen.
So 1-2-8 is the visiting side. 7 minutes gone first quarter. Maffra yet to score, but into attack, kicking to the town end on their home ground. Front position, taken nicely. Kick for goal. You don't mind. Nicely done.
Butcher.
John Butcher.
And Butcher, the big man, one of the more experienced players in the league, puts the hand up early for a Zambrero goal of the day.
Yeah, that's great stuff by Johnny Butcher. Obviously, they've got the boundary throw in, bodied up against his opponent and pushed him underneath it, grabbed it and snagged a nice little goal. So that gets Maffra back on track and back in the game.
And just a 2-point margin in Druin's favour on the Virtue Home scoreboard. 7.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Druin 1-2-8, leading Maffra 1 goal straight 6.
Just a restart here in the middle of the ground. Butcher, incredibly, probably a minute earlier than that, was screaming for the ball open inside the inside 50, missed out on it, and then ended up with that fantastic goal. So Jones gets a tap out, gets a car. It's a free kick's been found here by the umpires. Going to Maffra. Let's see who it's going to, and it is definitely going to Edcar. Edcar plays on to Renoy. Renoy gets the ball, pumps it inside 50, looking for Geishan. He lets it, just goes over his head. Couldn't be marked there by the Druin backman. Plays on immediately, and it was there by Tom Evans. He gets it out wide and finds his teammate, and I can't really find out who it is on the far side, but they're looking out there, and they couldn't find Hugo Burks, and it's out of bounds. It's out of bounds on the full. Immediately played on there by Renoy. Renoy gets it inside again, looking for Geishan. He couldn't mark. Ball's played off there too by Evans. Evans handballs over the top, but only a trickle kick over to the boundary line. Could have been nearly in the old days as deliberate, but the umpire sees it as out of bounds on the far side here at Maffra Rec Reserve.
Do we agree earlier, boys, that's Huts with 48, the long sleeve jumper at the back?
It is Huts.
Yeah, okay, just haven't got him on my team sheet, that's all. 48.
The big Pizza Hut, it definitely is.
Beautiful, thank you. Left half forward flank, Maffra into attack, outer side of the ground, becomes the norm here at Maffra. Too high, free kick goes Maffra way, doing a good job too. The big man, Kieran Jones, getting front position, Paul clawing the paw over the top and giving away free kick. The kick's a bit sloppy, but it's inside forward 50. Ground level, Maffra got the numbers, nicely done, Bedge good, gets a quick handball out. Can they make something out of nothing here? No, numbers with the visiting side, and they run it out. A wave of Hawks players now out of defensive 50. Well, the player kicked the ground before he kicked the ball, and that opens up the door for Monk to go inside forward 50. Butcher took the man, didn't go for the ball. Umpire Caught that one. Free kick. Druin's way.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where full forwards should be actually able to be a steam train and knock them over, eh, Bergs? Do you agree?
Absolutely.
And we did in our day anyway.
Absolutely.
So the ball's inside defensive 50 for Druin. He goes lateral, looking for Kingy, and he kicks it out wide. He finds another teammate. Still inside there, 50. Geishan squeezes him up. Kick outside, looking, and he finds Tim Hancock. Hancock plays on immediately and finds Stevens for Druin. He plays on. They're just playing a little chip game at the moment here at Druin, but a great one-out of mark there by Tom Evans. He plays on immediately, kicks it outside to Evans. His kick's not great, and big Benny Brunt swings on his left foot, plays on immediately, goes inside the centre of the ground. His kick's not great, nearly intercepted there by Reece Slater, but it's picked off there by the Mafra. Ed Carr picks it up, goes over to Monk. Monk finds it, falls on his feet, still good enough to get a little kick inside to Geishan. Finds himself on his own inside 50. He plays on, reels around, looking for Butcher. The kick wasn't great, and his opponent was a beautiful mark there by Tim Hancock, who saves the day for Druin inside 50.
He does too. Tim Hancock comes grandstand side, draws a player, feeds off the handball, dances around the opponent, and now Druin, can they find a winner here? They can. And it's Tom Evans again. He gave away his last kick. This side, non-preferred right, finds a teammate again. Good work. And this time it's Jordan Kingy. They're just chipping it out of defensive 50. High possession game can be risky. Their skill's okay at the moment. Right half-back flank. Goes short. There's the problem. It falls in the arms of Geachin, who's been busy in the opening 11 minutes of this game. Druin 1 goal, 2. Mafra 1 goal. But they're in possession and going forward. And Jack Challenge with the ball now. Feeds it off. Here they go. From outside 50. Kick for goal. Long kick for goal. Will it make the distance? It does. Is it online? It is not. That's a kick from Cade.
Looks like he's marked it.
He's marked it. Is it been paid? The umpire says yes. Mark paid. Bench good. Plays on quickly. Round the body. Here we go. Goal number 2.
Yeah, just the couple of turnovers there, boys. They're obviously playing that chip mark game here, Druin, and obviously just letting themselves down around the wing, and obviously that's hurting them on the way back. Bench got out the back there from Renoy, and nice little mark just next to the post and just around the corner.
And we're at the 12-minute mark of the first quarter. The lead has changed. It's a 4-point lead to Mafra. They are 2 goals straight, 12 on the Virtue home scoreboard, leading Druin 1 goal to 8.
Incredible last season Cade Renoy's having at the moment too. His run-off half-back's been instrumental throughout the season in regards to set-up for the Mafra side as well, and he's just the conditions are perfect for him today. He's running carry and gains. Yards gained has been incredible already, and we're only been 12 minutes into the first quarter. So the ball comes back to the middle of the ground. We've got Paul and Jones. They've been going at it for the first 13 minutes. See how we go again. And it's Jones gets a tap out easy this time to Butcher's find himself in the middle. His handball put his teammate in danger. It's just about had his head ripped off.
Will Brunt.
But it's young Will Brunt? It is another Brunt. So Will Brunt, brother of Brunt, kicks the ball inside 50. Butcher's not there as well. Bedgegood again. His snap was smothered there by Druin, and the ball finds itself trickling us out. So the quick kick out from defensive 50 by Druin falls in the arms of Kingy.
So from just short of right half back with Mafra's forward 50 just behind him. He's been called to play on as he does on that left leg along the line down the outer side, went searching for, couldn't find his teammate there in Burks, and all players are beaten the ball by the boundary. Boundary throw in. Outer side wing true.
Just to help you too though, Paul, that was Clayton Kingy as well, mate.
What's Clayton Kingy? Thank you.
My apologies.
Ball thrown back in, nicely done. I reckon Paul might have got the tap there. Couldn't find a teammate clear, but he's having a good contest, as Boxer pointed out a moment ago, with his direct opponent. Druin go forward. Oh, nice little given run, and goes inside forward 50. Oh, nearly taking a nice mark too. It was Joe Collins. Inside forward 50, the Hawks. Handball over the top. Can they find a winner? They can. Taken high, no. The umpire calls play on. And the defence of Mafra stand up strong. Handball out of trouble. Comes from Renoy. And now all of a sudden they're hoping to turn defence into attack on their half-back line. Nicely done. Jack Challenge goes inboard. Pretty clever kick. Dances around again. Good work by Sam Robbins. Gets himself into trouble though. Good enough to get out. But is this bloke good enough? Bradley Karubia making his debut. Held on just a touch too long. Caught with the ball. It goes the way of Tom Evans.
He's got some great size there, Karubia, as well too. So looking forward to a long future for him. Ball's pumped inside 50 there for Druin. Just pushes his opponent out.
Nice.
Now this guy here last week, and we're talking about Hugo Burks. He was huge in the East versus West game last week. He really troubled his opponent all day. He's just got some great skill about him as well, and ground level too. It's a beautiful kick of the footy, good size. It's a great target to have for Druin. All he's got to do now, 30 metres out directly in front, is put this through without being the commentator's curse. A little bit of a skip coming through, but the accuracy is absolutely off target. And he's got the curse again from the commentator too, Bergs.
And this could start hurting Druin. 1 goal, 3-9. They trail Maffra by 3 points in the virtual home scoreboard. The Eagles 2 straight 12.
In a moment, Bergs, I'll ask you to give us a bit of a summary on his build-up to kicking that ball. It's an unusual lead-up. I'm not sure whether you've got advice for a young forward, the way he sets up to kick for goals, but missing those sorts of one, as Paul Carter said, can hurt you. Left half-back flank, here they go. They go long to Maffra. They do it through Kieran Jones, one of their better players. And now it is Daniel Bedgood inside forward 50.
Free kick, boys, pushing
but
it back.
A free kick, was that behind play, was it, against Bedgood?
Against Bedgood.
Okay. So against Bedgood it is. Right half-back flank now. Druin with the ball, and is it Jordan Kingy again who goes forward, looking for, couldn't find a teammate in Kai Quirk.
Renoy.
And now Renoy takes it. Nicely done. Bedgood this time. Handball, more in hope than anything. But it's good enough to find a teammate. They've just weaved their way through the defensive Druin quite nicely. Got themselves in, out of trouble. Geishan, handballs, a long searching handball. Cut off nicely. A kick around the body from Alex Carr, just offline. Another minor score. And we've played 16 minutes of this first quarter.
And it's a 4-point lead to Maffra on the virtual home scoreboard, 2-1-13, leading Druin 1-3-9.
It's a great build-up there by Maffra. I was just unlucky that Carr couldn't finish off the job because their overlap handball was brilliant coming through. But I know, again, another build-up there from Renoy. Play on there from, I just can't see the number, it might be Evans. He chips it out into the pocket, deep pocket, near the old scoreboard there from Gippsland Real Estate Maffra. Just chucked that in there for Paddy as well. The chip kick comes inside 50. They're still inside their defensive 50, Druin. Still looking to get the ball out of this area. Kicks out wide, looking for Kingy. He can't mark. Great spoil there by Renoy. Follows up with a great tackle. The umpire's actually found a free kick, and it's against Renoy for holding the man. It's a free kick there to Druin.
Yeah, just held the tackle a little long, as now they play on from that half-back line. They go short again, trying to cut through that press that Maffra have got there. Doing it to a certain degree, but if they overplay it, you'll notice that basically 36 players are in the middle third of the ground at the moment. So Druin just finding it hard to find a way through. Tim Hancock will try to find a way through, as I said, and momentarily he does. But the pressure from Maffra has been pretty good. And this is where they're cutting them to pieces. Bedgood feeds off. They go inside forward 50. And all of a sudden, after having the ball for so long, Maffra give it up. And it falls in the arms
of Monk.
Of Monk for Maffra. Thank you, boys. And Monk plays on quickly. Well, this is just pretty easy stuff, isn't it? Bedgood is the player. No, he's been asked to give it back to Monk.
Yeah, the umpire already called time on there, Poppy, but young Karubia, he was in a couple of these set plays at the moment, and he found the kick inside to Monk with a nice little relaxed head there too. Some good signs there from the debut player for Maffra.
All right, so Monk is wanting to feed it off a couple of times. You'd think he'd make the difference. He's going to, distance. He'll kick from around about 40. His side, Maffra, 2-1 at the moment. Druin 1-3. A kick from 40 metres. Off the boot. Looks okay. Accuracy again proving to be the problem.
2-14 Maffra. It's a 5-point lead over Maffra on the virtual home scoreboard. The Hawks are on 1-3-9. Played 18 and a half minutes into the first quarter.
Yeah, Collins quickly kicks out to Reece Slater. Slater plays on back to Monk, but you can't get the ball out. Maffra pressure's been incredible. It's grandstand side here there too. We're picked up there by McMillan, but the tackle was huge there. And again, it's from the, is it from the debut player as well?
No, Johnson.
It is Johnson, sorry. My apologies, but they all look the same here at Maffra. What's going on? But no, he's done well. Jones, Paul again. Got shepherded there by Carr. The umpire's picked it up, and it's a free kick there to Paul. It was just nudged off the ball then by Alex Kay. He wasn't really happy about the free kick. They immediately drew and play on, didn't even waste any time. Kicked down the line. Hutch was a big spoil there from the back. Claiming for a free kick, but the umpire says no. We'll throw it in here directly in front of the canteen here at the Maffra Rec Reserve.
All right, so give you a bit of a picture of what's happened. Nearly 20 minutes gone first quarter. 5 points the difference. Maffra 2-2, Druin 1-3. They go forward through Alex Carr. Nice kick from half back to half forward. Player with the ball now is Caribia. Kick off the boot isn't great. Might be good enough to find a teammate. Gives him a bit of room. Probably should have taken possession. They didn't, but they give it up. They will. But again, Carr does nicely. Goes inside forward 50. It was a bullet of a pass. Bounce off the chest of a Druin defender who was then taken high. Umpire says, Pop, I agree with you. Free kick, Druin. Defensive 50. Grandstand side. Visiting side trailing by 5, but well and truly in this game. Threads the ball through defensive 50. Does it nicely. Jared Marshall got some room to move. Who can he find? Tim Hancock out of sight of the ground. Needs to find a target here. Does find a target here. And I reckon it's that player again, Burks. He's been busy. Inboard he goes. Klebney outside 50. Left leg. Top of the square. Is there a winner there? There is. Good mark, Druin. Good play. Good transition from back half to front half, and a great chance for goal.
Great ball movement, boys, from half back there. They been trying to do it for the last 15 minutes, but obviously just let themselves down with their skills. But obviously that great ball movement, great run from half back, and a good finish inside 50.
So here we go. An opportunity here for Aidan Quirk to put Druin in front late in this first quarter. Directly in front, 20 metres out. Bingo! Goal for Druin, and all of a sudden the scoreboard says the visiting side are leading.
And that takes Druin to 2-3-15 on the Virtue Home scoreboard. They lead by 1 point over Maffra, who are 2-2-14, right on the 21-minute mark of this quarter.
Yeah, just from the box here, boys, the Druin forwards look very, very dangerous. Every time it's ball inside 50, they've marked it or very, very close to marking it, so they look dangerous. So the boys have got to tighten up a bit there.
A couple of young talent there. Hugo Burks got one, and also Quirk there looked good. He took it on the chest, but there was a bit of pressure around him. So nicely done.
Tap in there by Jones, looking for Carr. That is the Alex Carr type? And he does, and picks up. Handballs off there to Nathan Pollard. He tries a little chip kick in, looking for Bedgegood. He couldn't mark. He's tackled there by his buddy. He pushes his opponent off, the Enigma. Gets the ball inside 50. It wasn't a great kick inside. Challenge again, pushes out there to Bedgegood. Tops it to the top of the arc there at the 50. With a great mark there, but both by Carr and his ruined opponent. Wasn't marked there by Challenge. He's booked it in there. The umpire's actually found a free kick. He put his body on the line there in front of goal there, and the umpire said, yep, I will pay that. It looked like too high in the end. And that was Challenge there from Maffra, with those beautiful, beautiful, distinguished boots that he has there too. I don't think he would have got away with those in our day, but they can these days. He quickly goes in. So looking for another goal here for the Maffra side. A little steps throwing in there, but the umpire has pushed across to the left, and he's really pushed it across the goals, and another point there for the Maffra side.
That's a really bad miss, boys. 35 metres out right in front. You've got to kick those, put some scoreboard pressure on.
Yeah, no question about that.
We have the scores locked at 2 goals 3, 15 apiece. Virtue Home scoreboard, 23 minutes mark of the first quarter.
All right, Druin weave their way out of defence again, but more times than not they've found trouble. This time they've found a way through, or have they? Centre of the ground, the contest is on. But there, Druin side, Bailey Stevens, bottom of the pack. The umpire says, no room to move, boys. I'll take control.
We would agree, though, when their 45s work, the little chip kicks in, the ball's moving in transition. It's 9 times out of 10 they're not working at the moment.
Paul takes the ball out of the ruck. Quick kick forward. Sloppy, but gains 20 metres. Bottom of that pack. Was it Jolly? Couldn't pick the number. Yeah, it is. Jolly, last person up for Druin. Nice tackle on him. Umpire takes control. Jones takes control of the ruck. A tap down to Monk. Monk goes half forward. Good take. Nicely taken all of a sudden. Maffra can go forward. They do it through Thatcher. Top of the square. Butcher plays on. 1 second. Kicks the easiest of goals. Everything stopped around him.
It was a little bit of a stalemate there, Pop.
Except for Butcher, and Butcher has got his second of the afternoon.
Yeah, great ruck work by Kieran Jones there, boys. Great little tap out the back, straight to Monk, who a couple of good targets coming inside 50, and then Butcher down the goal square. Nice little out mark and play on goal.
And Maffra back into the lead again. They lead by 6 points at the 24-minute mark of the first quarter. Eagles 3-3-21, leading Druin 2-3-15.
Just one of those things. Kieran Jones in the middle of the midfield of Maffra really getting on top at the moment with both Carr, but definitely Monk. He's been dangerous around the ground. I think the Druin side maybe need to tighten up there a little bit as well.
So Jones v Paul.
Yeah, and it's Jones again. Again, he gets a tap out looking for Carr. Couldn't grab it. Monk grabs it with the one hand, but he's tied up. And we've got another ball up in the middle of the ground here at Maffra Rec Reserve. We've been playing 24 minutes in this first quarter. And it's Jones again. I'll give that one to Paul. Comes down to Carr. He's tackled immediately. And again, we've got another stoppage inside the middle of the ground. And quickly around the grounds, thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture, Gippsland in the AFL. And it's the Hawks got a 6-point lead against St Kilda early or late in the second quarter.
All right, so back here at Maffra Recreation Reserve, Maffra hosting Drawn. They're leading by a goal. 24, nearly 25 minutes gone. Geishan, the 1-2, and off they go. They're
Here he goes.
starting to get a bit of space, and now inside forward 50, nicely done too. Maffra top of the square. No, unfortunately, turned the ball over, and Druin will stop a pretty impressive looking surge forward, but for how long? Because Bedgegood picks it up, kick smothered again. Second time his kick's been smothered. Karubi is busy at ground level, but Druin have got the numbers and get themselves out of trouble. Probably their last chance to put on some scoreboard pressure as they weave through the centre, all dispossessed. In fact, probably didn't get a handle on it on that occasion. Did the Druin midfielder, and now they come forward. They do it through Kai Kirk. The player with the ball is Clayton King. He dances around one from the centre of the oval, goes towards the young fella. And I speak of Hugo Burks. The umpire says...
He's chopped the arms.
Yeah, he chopped the arms, says the umpire. We all look at each other wondering where that decision came from. But it appeared to have gone against Hugo Burks. And Maffra will ease the pressure through Braden Monk, who goes towards the outer side of the ground.
Pollard.
Pollard, left half-back flank. Bedgegood leads, takes it on the chest, plays on quickly, room inside, back to Monk, diving mark, slips like, from the half-back line.
So Monk's got it there at the centre half-back line there, looking for Geishan. He's been busy as well this first quarter. Marks plays on immediately. This is what the Maffra game's been all about this afternoon. Finds Hutt just out here in the wing in front of the commentary box. Chips it in and finds Challenge. Challenge plays on immediately, kicks into Karubia, who marks. Is it Karubia? It is. No. Yes. No.
Brady Johnson.
It is Brady Johnson. Thank you there, Bergs. That's what I need you for, mate. They all do look alike. And the play on this, got it inside 50 here as well, where the Druin defence is working overtime to keep the ball away from the Maffra forwards. And it's really scrappy inside in the end. The umpire's got to come in, and he has. And he'll ball it up just in the forward pocket here for the Maffra forwards. It's just a really good build-up here. We've played 27 minutes in the first quarter. And it's a 6-point lead to the Maffra side. Ball goes up quickly. No real good tap out there. Picked off there by Brunt into Alex Carr. It's Alex Carr who brings the ball inside.
Goodness.
Oh, my God. Oh, we nearly had a Zambrero goal of the afternoon then with a toe poke from Bedgegood was called touched. And it's another point there to the Maffra side.
7-point lead to Maffra, 3-4-22, leading Druin 2-3-15.
So they go in short again, do the visiting side to Harry Wands. Do we pronounce it Wands or Wans?
Wands.
Wands it is. He's kicked towards half forward. Isn't as good as it needs to be. And the pressure, I think, or perceived pressure, has caused them a couple of problems today, Druin, coming out of defensive 50. And the ball comes back in and Bedgegood takes another mark.
Just seems very stalemate, doesn't it? Stalemate like in regards when the ball comes inside 50. Doesn't seem to be a lot of perceived pressure out there by the Druin side, especially against the Maffra, who could probably take a bit more advantage of it at the moment, but Bedgegood finds himself with the mark.
He does, 40 metres out, directly in front, sort of bread and butter for a player of his quality, and ever so casually goes bang from 40 straight through the centre. You'd like to look at that one.
Once again, boys, the Druin turnover at half-back really puts yourself under pressure, and obviously Maffra just come back inside, Bedgegood up the middle, mark 35, and home she goes. How many disposals for Monk, Paul?
I've got him down for 9.
Yeah, he's been all over early, boys.
Daniel Bedgegood, I've got for 12.
So Bedgie has been very busy inside 50, and his lead-up's been great, but his work rate pushing back inside 50 has been probably one of the highlights for me.
And already Bedgegood and Butcher with 2 goals apiece are looking dangerous, aren't they? And, you know, I always feel as though when Butcher gets into a game early, he can sort of rip it open. So, look, it's concerning, but Druin's still very much in this game. No question about that. 4-4 Maffra, Druin 2-3. Paul flies early. Jones got the tap, ground level. Druin have the numbers. First player there. It's going to be Kai Kirk. Threads it off and off they go. They're under pressure though. Play on's the call. Nicely done it was. Good tackle by Ed Carr. Took the body, then took the ball. And the umpire needs to take it from him. So just grandstand side of the centre. Paul tried to take the ball out of the ruck and then get a quick kick. Couldn't make contact. Butcher can. Handballs to Jones. 1-2. Nicely. Goes back to Ed Carr. Inside forward 50. And as easy as you like, guess what? That man that Adrian's pointed out earlier, Braden Monk, takes the mark. And he's deserving of the goal given the impact he's had with 9 touches already. This will be his 10th.
Third mark, 3 clearances, 3 inside 50s to throw in as well.
Okay, so he's been busy to say the least. Braden Monk will kick from right on 50. So it'll take something pretty decent directly in front. The margin 13 could all of a sudden dance out to 19 very quickly. A slow little skip, not much momentum behind the kick. He's got the distance. Yes, he has indeed. Braden Monk does the work. Nicely done.
Yeah, just great stuff around the stoppages at the moment, boys. Mafra's got on top of the last 3 or 4 stoppages in through the middle there, and obviously pushing the ball forward. And yeah, look, they're starting to look dangerous down forward here, boys.
And that's 3 goals in the last 6 minutes to Mafra, taking him to a 19-point lead on the Virtue Home scoreboard. The Eagles 5-4-34, leading Druin 2-3-15.
Could be a long afternoon for Druin if they don't really start to tie it up down back. Especially just their turnovers as well. Has really cost them a fair bit too. So just got to tidy up their skill level as well. Bob?
Yeah, I think as Adrian pointed out, Druin look dangerous when they get inside forward 50, but the pressure Mafra have got through the midfield is just not giving them that many opportunities.
Tap out there by Jones, finds Alex Carr. The siren now goes for the end of the first quarter here at Mafra Rec Reserve. And it's Mafra who take on Druin, and it's Mafra. They lead Druin 5-4-34 to Druin 2-3-15. And it's the end of the first quarter.
These two, the first quarter brought to us by Virtue Homes. Virtue Homes, in-house design team, work with you, design a home that suits.
Druin, of the ones on the following, Tom Evans 7, 6 to Harry Wands, and 4 to Jordan Kingy and Kai Quirt.
Okay, in 30 seconds, Adrian, if you're the coach of Mafra, you like what you saw the first 30 minutes?
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like the breeze is coming down from right to left as well. So Mafra have it this quarter. So it's going to be interesting what happens here with Druin. They need to get back on top here or they could get blown away.
I saw the Druin coach was pretty open and passionate at quarter time here. We've got a great view from our box here at the Druin team. We're going to get the second quarter on its way. Now again, it's Paul versus Jones. This time I'll give this one to Paul. The ball comes down, picked up there by Druin. The ball was Kinder. Kinder gets a really quick rush kick inside. The ball bounces over about 14 players. Quick tackle in there by Brunt. The tackle wasn't picked up there as well. Picked up there by Kirk. His handball out to Kingy. That is the Jordan Kingy type. The ball inside 50, and he finds Burks. Burks quickly plays on. Big kick inside 50. Actually, it's Burks who's got the ball now. He plays on, gets the goal.
Great
back
kick,
of the
boys. Pushing the back.
So he's called pushing the back. So my apologies there, Paul. I got my Burks mixed up there at the moment. It's a free kick inside.
And 50.
And it is a 50-metre penalty as well, by the look of it.
Against Burks. Ben Brunt's got the kick.
Big Benny Brunt with his left foot. The umpire was pretty quick with that 50, but if it was there and the Berg Hill said it, it's definitely on. Ball comes outside by Bergs to the commentary side, looking there and finding Butcher. Great contested mark here on the wing. Had James McCullough of Drummond all over, and he plays on immediately. He finds Carr, and that would be Ed Carr. Ball goes inside there to Brunt. His quick kick wasn't great. Jones there followed up for a big bloke, like a little bloke, puts on a great tackle, creates a stoppage on the top half. Here, wing side of the Mafra forward line.
All right, so left half forward flank, Mafra into attack, kicking to the left of Radio. From behind, Jones tried to get a tap. Paul beat him to it, ground level. Nicely done it was. Monk, another handball. Unfortunately, didn't find the target, scooped up. They're doing it quite nicely under pressure, Mafra at the moment, standing tall, threads their way through. How easy's that? The 1-2 if they like. Alex Carr, outside 50. Gee, really should have found his teammate there, didn't. They're going to get a second chance through Geishan, and there you go. They're starting to flex their muscle or missed. Well, probably Geishan, 9 times out of 10, you'd think he'd get. He does not. Through for a minor score.
Taking the margin to 20 points in Mafra's favour on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, 5-5-35, leading Druin 2-3-15.
Just a quick little kick out there by Druin in their back line. Just turned over again. Mafra were quick there by Challenge, who couldn't take the ball. Ball actually in dispute there. Ball just trickles out. Kingy cleans in support. That is Jordan. Played for the free. I think it was there anyway. And it's rewarded there by the umpire. So Jordan Kingy, top of the arc there on defensive 50. Goes inside. The kick's not great again. It's sloppy kicking and skills here by probably both sides as well. finds inside there to Edcar. Edcar gets the handball through, picked off there by, and I couldn't find out who that was, Robbins. Robbins' kick wasn't great either. King, it's very sloppy at the moment. Now they've just got to settle it down the Druin side. They do. They come out wide to Shea Harvey. He plays on, looking for Kingy and finds him, and that's Clay Kingy. Plays on, no one there on the mark. All of a sudden then too, David Adams find himself having to be defensive. The kick again wasn't great. The umpire's paid a push in the back.
Again.
Yeah.
And it goes to Benny Brunt inside 50, and that was against Hugo Burks.
Yeah, the last 2 times he's been in the contest, guilty of pushing the back. I thought that one was less likely, but doesn't matter what I think. The umpire called it. Player with the ball now for Maffra. Sam Robbins, half-back flank, goes looking for the corridor, finds a teammate, more in good fortune than anything else. Monk picks up the crumbs, chooses to go right half-back flank, and here they go through the corridor. They're doing this nicely in this quarter. Cade Renoy inside or threatens a forward 50. Bedgood's the player he searches for, waits for a bounce, doesn't do what he hoped the ball will do, but he's good enough to dance around an opponent. Handball over the top, and he finds his targeting Will Brunt, couldn't, but he backs it up with another handball, feeds it off to Alex Carr this time. Alex Carr inside forward 50, top of the square, bounces backwards, and the Druin side just handball it through and then play on quickly. We'll get back to a score update in a moment because they've played on so quickly that they're outside defensive 50. 2, 3 bounces, handball off, and here they go. The Hawks out of trouble. Kirk's found himself up forward. In fact, Burks, I meant to say, found himself up forward, but it's been cut off nicely, and Ben Brunt eases the pressure to Hutz. Comes grandstand side. Short handball. Again, no, a sloppy play means no one can get a handle on it, and me, as much as anyone's thankful, the ball's gone over the boundary line and out of play.
Thank God. And Monkey's just had the ball on a string this afternoon as well. Quickly around the grounds, thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture, Gippsland, Bairnsdale 3-2-20, Traralgon 3-2-20. As the ball gets thrown back in again, and it's Jones and Paul again. These 2 Giants are going to go for it all afternoon. Ball comes down to Evans. His quick handball out to Reece Slater, and then quickly off to Quirk, who gets the ball inside and finds Ryan Taylor. They've got a lot to kick to inside 50. He wants to move the ball really quickly inside, looking for Quirks. He was actually wrestled out of it, or it could have been Kingy. The umpire says it was. He was in the perfect position for it too, the umpire. And we see Kingy, and that'll be Clayton Kingy, I would suspect, and it is.
They're
got a shot there for the drop. They have to.
Yeah, desperate for a goal here.
They've had a fair bit of play already early. We're playing 5 minutes of this second quarter, and we still find ourselves with a 11-point lead or 21-point lead to Maffra. So this goal is so important to the Druin side. So he's pretty relaxed coming in. He doesn't want to be too relaxed. This is what's hurt him in the past. Comes in, head over the ball, kicks that much-needed goal for the Druin team, and it's another goal here, the first goal of the second quarter.
Yeah, first 5 minutes, boys, of this quarter has just been a comedy of errors from both teams here, so a lot of turnovers. It's going to be the team that settles down and has less errors is really going to hit the scoreboard here.
And that brings the margin back to 15 points in Maffra's favour at the 6-minute mark of the second quarter. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard reads Maffra 5-6-36, leading Druin 3-3-21.
So we're going to have a couple of scores in before the bounce, and it's Wonthaggi 5-4-34 to Warragul, haven't scored. Maui 2-1-13 to Leongatha, just the 7 points. Oh. So some interesting scores there throughout the Gippsland League this afternoon.
And our guest commentator's got the fist in the air. He's backing himself in to win already. He's hoping that Leongatha can not win another game to threaten his part in a 45-game winning streak, was it?
Correct.
Yeah, 45, yep. This rolls off the tongue nicely, doesn't it? 45 games in a row. The Maffra side has won. And at this stage, they're looking to put 2 in a row together, and they're looking okay at this early stage. Second quarter, 6 3/4 minutes gone. Maffra 5-6, Druin 3-3. Off their half-back line, go towards the outer side. Nice take. Inboard they go, the Hawks. Can they find? They went searching for, geez, I tell you what, it was a risky kick looking for Aidan Kirk, and it didn't pay off because Challenge took the mark in front, plays on quickly. Orange is the player now. Grandstand side, he's got a couple of options. The kick will need to be right on, and it's not, which opens the door for his direct opponent in Jordan King. He goes in, top of the square. Nice take by Hugo Burks. A very good take, a big moment for the Morwell Bowling Club. Don't forget the Morwell Bowling Club. Pot and Palmer night every Saturday night. That's tonight, 5:30 for only $20.
Yeah, bad turnover at half-back here, boys. And obviously we said that in the first quarter. If Burks gets one-on-one with the ball to his advantage, very hard to stop.
So Burks directly in front. 2 in a row for the visiting side. They're back in the game. Hubo Burks gets his second.
And it's a 9-point margin in Mafra's favour. We've played just short of 8 minutes in the second quarter, and we have Mafra on 5-6-36 on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. Druin now 4-3-27.
He's just followed that good form on from last week there too, Poppy. He was quite prominent in that game last week. He presented well, he marked well, he was great at ground level. He's just followed on that form this afternoon, and like Berg said, if you get him one-on-one, he's going to be really hard to beat as well. So maybe one of those things that if the drawn midfield can work that out, get the ball inside quickly to him.
They went into the quarter, didn't they, the home side, Adrian, looking good, and they started the first few minutes looking as though they're going to open them up. But they've just opened the door a couple of times here, Boxer.
Yep, so Jones gets a tap down, really to no one's advantage. I think the umpire's going to come in. Paul actually wins the ball off the ground, gets a quick kick out. Not really to anyone's advantage. The ball bounces. Renoy's there for Mafra, taps the ball over his opponent's head. The big Pizza Hut gets his handball out. No one in particular. Alex Carr was there. Hutz handballs it to himself, gets it back. Renoy, quick kick out just to get out of the danger zone. And it might work out really well for him too, where young Brodie Johnson is marked and the ball actually was fumbled outside because I was looking for his name on the sheet. He spilled the mark and was went out of bounds. Far side of the ground here at Mafra Rec Reserve.
Yeah, around about left half forward flank. Druin into attack. Paul and Jones beaten to the ball. The quick kick forward inside forward 50. Need a winner here. That'll make life interesting for both sides. Hutz comes in late. Gets a player high.
There's like a big steam train coming through.
Yeah, he knew what he wanted, and it wasn't necessarily the ball. He wanted some contact. He got it. Umpire said it was illegal, and the player of the ball for Druin was Klebney. So Klebney, right on 50, he's going to kick it to the top of the square. Out the back of the pack, they need a runner here, the Hawks. And I tell you what, they may have got it, or have they? 1 second.
Yeah,
goal! Druin make it 3 goals in a row to open up the second quarter, and in doing so, grab themselves within 3 points of the lead.
Yeah, the boys, the Druin boys are getting right on top in the midfield here, lads. Mafra haven't gone forward for the whole last 5 minutes, and obviously that long kick in, Mafra had 3 or 4 guys go up for the spoil. No one stayed down. One on the deck there and off the ground.
Does anyone know who kicked the goal?
I'm just waiting for can the runner go out there and just tell that player to turn around? Because the young fella there with the headband, who was it? There you go. There was young Jolly. So young Jolly for Druin.
Thank you.
A little toe peg off the ground. So the umpire comes in quickly. Jones taps it down, finds Alex Carr on his burst. The normal Alex Carr burst. Great kick inside to Bedggood on a lead, and finds him just inside the 50. And he'll probably kick from about 40 out.
You feel as though they need this just to settle a bit.
I think he does. It's a leader's goal. He's the leader of the football club here as well. Druin have had all the play this quarter so far, and that quick burst out here. It's a Daniel Bedggood goal that the Mafra side need right now to settle things down. Comes inside, kicks it, and actually gets a lot of air to it as well, but it might have enough carry, and it doesn't have enough carry, and it's just touched on the line, and just a behind there for the Mafra side.
Taking Mafra to 5-7-37, a lead of 4 points over Druin, who are 5-3-33. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, 11 minutes played, second quarter.
Wands brings the ball back into Kinder. Kinder goes out of side of the ground. It goes out of play, though, inboard. Through Mafra, they look for Carr. That's Ed Carr type inside forward 50. Geeshan's the target. Geeshan takes a mark. He's still 65 from goals. Goes inside the corridor looking for Bedggood. Ever so clever. Eyes on the ball. Let his opponent run under the ball and then took the mark in. Well, he's had a look at the goals from around about this distance, Adrian.
Yeah, look, he looks very dangerous inside 50, Daniel Bedggood. I don't know who's on him at the moment, but every time it goes inside, he looks like to be open, and this is looks like right on his distance as well, lads.
Yeah, so he got a bit too much air on his last kick. He'll just want to drive this one home a bit better, look better off the boot. Distance-wise won't be a problem. Goes all the way, and he did what he wanted to do a moment ago, and that's kick a goal and extend that lead once more.
At the 10 points on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. Mafra 6-7-43, leading Druin 5-3-33. 12 minutes played, second quarter.
Great centre clearance there, boys. That got through Carr from the big ruckman Jones. Great clearance, and obviously a couple inside 50s for a couple of shots on goal.
Yeah, his tap work's been fantastic today, Jones, too, and he's actually been able to find the Mafra players too. So maybe Paul's just got to nullify that at the minute, or they just go one-on-one, but you can just see Alex Carr's got the one out the back as well. So again, Jones gets a tap out, this time by Monk. Monk can't get really clean disposal. The umpire will come in and he'll ball it up centre square here at Maffra Rec Reserve. We've been playing 12 minutes here in the second quarter. Ball gets flicked out, picked up there by Quirk. Gets a quick handball out there to young Xavier Kinder. His name's dangerous, I reckon, young Kinder, because it could be misjudged by Tinder. Jeez. No.
Oh, that's a stretch, but I'll take it.
Yeah, we'll use it. But we're just looking for a bit of comedy error there, and it just didn't work, did it?
No, not quite. I reckon.
So it was out of bounds on the full there by Kinder. It's brought back in there by Maffra. Jones just goes to the ball, finds another stoppage on the far side here. Yeah. Out of bounds again.
I didn't think that I'd say I'd rather your tomato joke, but I actually think I'd rather your tomato joke. So left half forward flank, Druin into attack. They're trailing by 10 points. Maffra 6-7, Druin 5-3. Paul got front position, but he do it illegally or not? He did. The umpire free kick against him, goes away at Jones, takes a kick, gives to Carr, and his kick is a turnover. So Druin come inboard now, nicely done. Finds Callum Tyler, feeds it off nicely to Harvey Wands, and his searching kick for Tom Evans doesn't find that player, and it goes out of play just in front of the scoreboard on the intersection of forward 50 and boundary, Druin into attack.
Update there from the Morwell Sale game, and it's Sale 32, they lead Morwell 22.
Okay, decent game there as well. Just down the road away. The ball now, brought back in, quick kick forward. Well, Druin were going inside forward 50, but a kick behind play will go the way of Maffra.
Monk.
And Monk now from defensive 50. In fact, it's Carr. Ed Carr from defensive 50. Looks left and right, goes straight down the line. Who's his target? Jones, most likely. Jones it is. Good, strong mark. He had the height advantage. Read it nicely. Feeds it off quickly. Cade Renoy to the runner. Back to Carr. They need to find Butcher here. They can't. He caught behind. Ground level. Good work, Druin. Harry Wands goes searching over the top. Didn't get the target. And now Maffra can cause some damage. They do. Right half forward flank. Inboard they go. Nicely done. And it's Sam Robbins. Inside forward 50. He goes. And, could be a free kick here or a 50. Alex Carr, I thought, took the mark and was dispossessed, clearly. Umpire chose not to pay a 50, so Alex Carr, from just outside 50, uses the advantage of the player staying on the mark to play on quickly out the back. Butcher contends, puts the hands up 3 deep, maybe 4 deep, causes a contest, and that helps. But at ground level, Druin have got the numbers again towards the outer side. Nicely done. I reckon that's Hugo Burks, is it? He's made his way up the ground. Must be. Plays on quickly. Finds itself around about half forward flank, where Maffra have got the numbers again and ease the momentum that Druin was starting to build, and eventually the umpire will take control. Just short of left half forward. Druin into attack again. Played near on 16 minutes second quarter, and it's the home side leading by 10 points.
Ball's flicked out there too. Druin's really trying to urge the ball forward. Not much really headway there either. Renoy's there for Maffra. Might have got these Maffra opponent a bit high, Druin opponent a bit high. The umpire said none of that. He'll ball it up there, close to the scoreboard side of the ground here. Druin attack inside. They really want a goal out of this stoppage here. And it's both ruckman. No one really got a tap out there either. Kingy little chip through. Picked off there nearly then by Pollard. He couldn't mark. Goes inside there for Druin. They pick it up. Can't pick it up who it is. Great snapshot goal there. Nearly a contender for the Sambrero goal of the afternoon. We haven't had one yet, Popstar.
No, not
and we're
really.
looking for one as well. That's another point there to Druin.
5-4-34 Druin, 9 points in arrears of Maffra, 6-7-43. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, almost 17 minutes played, second quarter.
All right, so at quarter time it was 5-4 to 2-3. At this stage, Maffra have added 1 goal 3, and the visiting side have added 3 goals 1. The ball brought back into play, but out of play now. Boundary throw-in will take place around about 65 metres from Druin's goals.
Big fella Jones coming off for a spell, boys.
He's been good today.
He's been very good, but this is a chance for Druin to make the most of it if they can. Challenge at ground level will be the first player there. Picks it up, feeds it off to Alex Carr. Short of half back, goes along the line, out the back, reading it better. Was the
Caribia.
Druin defender Wands, but Karubia picked it up, feeds it off, and now challenge. Handball's off. They're threading it through nicely. Up the ground, John Butcher takes the ball, kicks it inside 50 nicely. He's got a couple of options. Good kick too. Falls in the arms of Will Brunt. Will Brunt gives off and probably ruined a good opportunity there. Bedgood's got the ball on a string, did it nicely. Gives ground, keeps possession. Cade Renoy inside forward 50. Bounces through 3 or 4. And again, Druin will ease the pressure, but for how long? Because here they go through. They do it nicely again, do Druin, and they do it through Brodie Johnson, who finds Geishan on the lead. And Geishan over the top. Risky play. Why? Why?
It's the young bloke, though.
That's why. The reason why. A goal. I tell you what, Adrian. What in the hell was he thinking?
That was the comment. Errors there for the Maffra boys. Will Brunt there obviously had the mark about 40 out. Had to go back off the mark, but tried to play on to Bedgood. Got smothered. A couple of quick kicks inside 50 and got lucky at the back there for young Thatcher.
And that takes Maffra back out to a 15-point lead. We've played 18 minutes in the second quarter. And on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, Maffra 7-7-49, leading Druin 5-4-34.
Yeah, it was a great goal then too. A lot of errors had been made by both sides too, and they really worked hard for that goal, Maffra. And Geish made it even harder when he tried to handball over the top, and fortunately they got the goal through there as well. And it's the ball up now through about Butcher got the tap out there, picked off there by young Wands. Wands gets his handball, is actually chopped off then again by Maffra, and we find a stoppage just on the far side here, not quite close to the wing inside. Butcher, he takes on young Ryan Taylor. No real good tap out there either. They find the ball in the hands of the Druin side here by Wands. He gets his quick kick and Hutch is in front. He just tries to barrel the ball outside of his defensive 50. Finds nobody either as well. But Renoy come through hard. The umpire is probably unlucky then too to find himself on the end of a free kick. But Quirks is down to 2 in that contest as well. We'll keep an eye on that one too for us, Bergs. The ball goes inside 50. The ball's in dispute just in the far pocket. And it goes out of bounds.
I thought the Maffra defender came in knees first there. I thought that's what he did. Yeah. Maybe got a corky on the way through, but
Quirks was probably the one on the second end. He's still finding himself not even getting close to the goal square, so he's really finding it hurt. And Hutt's actually has gone to Quirks now too. So some credit there to Quirks to find yourself on the best backman from Maffra.
A ball thrown back in, drawn into attack, wanting to edge closer prior to half time, given that we've played over 20 minutes now of this second quarter. The margin skipped out to 15 points again. The ball skips over the boundary line. 7-7, plays 5-4. We'll take you around the grounds as we do, thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture Gippsland. Give you some updates both in this league and in others, including AFL, where Hawthorn had the edge on St Kilda last time we checked. The ball thrown back in, and now the central umpire will take control. We're about 30 metres from Druin's goals on the slightest of angles. Visiting side trailing by 15 points. Getting a nice tap down there was Ryan Taylor. Can he find a teammate? He can. Here's a chance from, can they make something out of nothing? They can't. A minor score only.
Now 14 points separating the teams. Maffra 7-7-49, Druin 5-5-35.
Yeah, 20 minutes played here at Maffra Rec Reserve. And it's just a little bit of a stalemate here for the last couple of minutes. Where we found really no goals scored. Both sides have made some errors inside their 50. It's just they've got to make and capitalise on scoring when you get inside. So it looks like it's Adams, kicks it in. Goes long, looking for, and we'll find Butcher, who marks uncontested. Plays on immediately, looking for Geishan, who's out in front. He's played a great game today, Geishan. Just couldn't mark that time then. His drawn opponent was able to get the ball off and handball off. Harry Wands, who's been in everything this quarter here. Fortunately, his skill level then let him down. And it's out of bounds. We won't say it's near the Gumtree end yet.
No.
The big Gumtree down at the front here. And it's out of bounds on the far side. And we've been playing 21 minutes here in the second quarter.
So it's Ryan Taylor up against Butcher as the first choice ruckman. Take a break, both of. Free kick behind play will go the way. Is it Kai Quirk? It is. Kicks to centre half forward. Can he find a target? The target was, I reckon, Clayton Kingy. Couldn't find that player. Ground level, they've still got a chance. It's pretty busy around there. A lot of traffic around the ball, about a dozen players and a couple of cars. Got to be careful when these cars are around, a lot of traffic, and they're going to get them way out of trouble. At this stage, it's Ed Carr, who couldn't quite get a handle on it. And eventually the umpire will say you've done enough to earn yourself a free kick. So Ed Carr, defensive 50. Boundary just to his right. And the scoreboard just to his right also. Threads one through, does it nicely. From one car to another. Ed to Alex, takes the mark. Gains 20 metres. He tries to squeeze one through and can't. At 45-degree angle kick into the corridor is always dangerous. Kingy goes forward. It's a tumbling punt inside forward 50. No player gets a clean possession. Hutz comes in just wanting to tackle anyone. Preferably he's searching for someone with the ball. He finds that player and the umpire will now ball it up again. 40 metres from Druin's goal.
Hayden Quirk just got smothered by a car and the Hutz.
Yeah.
Now, how could you get up breathing?
No.
And the umpire throws it in. It's Kay Renoy that takes the ruck then for Maffra. Might have even been Kay. But anyway, we'll say it was. There was no clean tap out, and the umpire will find himself another stoppage. The top of the arc inside Druin's 50. It's just a really important opportunity. It's going to be interesting to see what the inside 50s are, Paul, when we get a chance for both sides. Butcher gets a really big punch out, none in particular, but picked off there by Robbins. Handball outside there to
Orman.
Oh, yep, it's to Orman. Gets a great handball over.
Robbins.
He's picked it off to Robbins. He was tackled then as well. And you're going to have to help me out there. There's young Will Brunt. Will Brunt gets the kick inside, but it's going to be marked. No, it wasn't marked there by Reece Slater. He's dropped the mark. It was good enough there to kick the handball off to outside to Xavier Kinder, who kicks out wide, and he finds Evans for Druin. He plays on immediately, gets the ball, and looking for Quirks, who was just picked off there by big Benny Brunt. Gets the handball off there to young Johnson. Johnson goes outside to Adams. Adam pitches the ball outside and looking for Renoy. And Renoy picks off and finds Butcher. I think it's big Johnny Butcher, is it?
Ed Carr.
It is Ed Carr. Well, it's not even anywhere near John Butcher. But we'll give it to Ed Carr and then we'll give it to Poppy.
Yep. So Ed Carr, though, is a teammate of John Butcher. So that was...
It was just those things.
That's okay. So he gives ground.
The numbers out this side, boys.
Yeah, they have to. They do it nicely. They choose to go down the corridor again. On the end of that one is Benny Brunt, left leg. He finds Butcher as a target. Nicely spoilt, though. It was good work there by McMillan to bring the ball to the ground. Got a nice chance to go forward here, have the visiting side through Kai Quirk. Inside, they can't find a winner. Maffra's defence been good. Overall, the game's been relatively sloppy, in honesty, given the near-perfect conditions. Maffra 7-7 49 and Druin 5-5 35.
Ball's picked off there too, and another great tackle there by Brunt. Creates a stoppage and allows the ball just to hold up a little bit then for the Druin attack inside there. 50 Slater was against Butcher. Butcher was looking for a free kick then. He should have just actually worried about what was going on. In the meantime, the ball gets kicked forward there. Again, in dispute inside 50 in the forward pocket there for Druin. Again, multiple players pile up in the ball. The umpire's just going to have to come in. And he will. He'll ball up. Old scoreboard in. Here at Maffra Rec Reserve, we've been playing 25 minutes here in the second quarter. And I can tell you right now, the Saints are up now by 3 points against the Hawks in the third quarter.
At the margin, 14 points. You get the feeling Druin be happy to grab one more goal before the big break. They've had plenty of chances, but just haven't been able to damage the scoreboard late in this quarter. Although, something from nothing, a kick around the body from a pack of players has resulted in a minor score.
Druin now 5-6-36. They are 13 points in arrears of Maffra, 7-7 49.
She's a sloppy game, boys. Turnover after turnover here at the moment. So the team that actually settles and hits some targets here can really hit the scoreboard.
Bring the ball back into play. Will be the home side. They go towards the outer side of the ground. Butcher will be the target. Got one hand, two grabs. Couldn't reel it in. Ground level, they got some numbers. Pretty hard to get their way through. Such is the intensity of the opposition, and the umpire again take control. Just on the half back line for the home side. We say Druin would like to grab one more before half time. There's no question the home side would like to grab one and extend that lead. Ed Carr feeds it off, and they've got some run on the outer side of the ground. Renoy again. They go from half back to half forward. Bedgood's been good, but he's outnumbered 3-1. Punch over the boundary line will result in a boundary throw in. Roundabout. Right half forward for Maffra. Outer side. Sun peeking through the clouds here at the Rec Reserve. Ball thrown back in. Jones back into play. He's up against Ryan Taylor, who didn't get the tap but chased down the ball. Now chases down Jones, takes him to the ground. Ball in dispute. Boundary umpire assumes control after it pokes its head over the boundary line.
Central umpire's going to get RSI this afternoon. We've had that many stoppages and turnovers.
Yeah.
And just, it has been pretty sloppy from both sides. I just think they need to tidy it up after half time.
So Paul will do the ruck work against Jones. Jones front position, as he's assumed most of the day. They feed it off. They do it nicely too through Robbins. Robbins gives it off, and now it's Braden Monk towards the outer side.
Pollard.
And Pollard takes the mark. Outer side wing. Glad Adrian's in the box with us today. Mafra legend, and a good eye for his teammates here. They go inside forward 50. Bedgegood gets rid of his opponent nicely. Takes the mark. Plays on quickly. Left leg, non-preferred. Nice kick. Falls in the arms of his teammate. And I reckon that's Tommy Thatcher again, who's kicked one in this quarter and has got the opportunity to make it 2 from 2 for him. The lead at the moment, 13 points. Could be extended to 19 points. He'll kick from 40 metres, maybe a tad more, on the slightest of angles. Off the boot, distance won't be a problem. Guess what accuracy is? Minus score.
14-point lead to Mafra in the shadows of the half-time siren, I dare say. 7-8-50, leading Druin 5-6-36 on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
Yeah, quick kick in there by Druin. They find Kingy on the far side. That'll be... Oh, sorry, that was Tim Hancock. Hancock pushes the ball back to Wands. Here's another handball. There's a little flick out there too, but a little sloppy kick down as well by Hancock. And young Talem Tyler has just kicked it out of bounds on the full. Under a fair little bit, I wouldn't have even thought a lot of pressure by the Mafra side, but Hutz, he plays on immediately, gets the ball inside, deep 50, looking for Bedgegood, who couldn't mark. Great spoil there by Slater. Ball comes to ground, picked off there by Noah Glenn. He gets the handball out to Wands. His handball goes to nobody. It could have been nearly called deliberate, and the umpire has. He's picked it off, and Pollard quickly plays on, kicks it inside to Carr. That is the Alex-type Carr. He's just got it inside 50. Now, we know he's a thumping kick, don't we? We know he's a big kick, and looks like they've got an injury here to the big ruckman by the look of it. It might be a big ideal for him. But Alex Carr's got it outside 50. He might put it on top of the square. No, he goes for a little quick lead inside. Sloppy play there by Druin. And it is Daniel Bedgegood again, who had plenty of space in front of him, but he had 3 Druin opponents on the outside of him as well. But a great little disguise kick there by Alex Carr. And he's picked it to his captain, who's probably, 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
Well, 4 goals to half-time would be a nice result for the work he's done.
Absolutely. So kicks come in. See what he can do with this one here. Much needed goal. Gets close to the man on the mark. Kicks it high. Kicks it long. And I'm going to actually nominate that one there for a Zambrero goal of the afternoon.
Yeah, look, guys, the last 2 or 3 minutes there, Mafra's 3 or 4 inside 50s all hit targets. So it's the difference between actually hitting a target and not is giving you opportunities to have shots on goal. So that was great movement by the Mafra boys, and obviously Bedgegood looks very, very dangerous down there.
Now it's a 20-point lead. It's probably going to be the half-time lead, I'd say. On the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, Mafra 8-8-56, leading Druin 5-6-36.
Yeah, it was a great finish then too, and he got close to the man on the mark too then, Berg. So the ball was high and long and did what it needed to do.
I actually thought the man in the mark could have done a bit more. Do you know that?
Yep.
Yeah. He seemed to just stand there and let it go over his head.
The ball's played on there too by Bailey Stevens for Druin. They might get the quick response here too for Druin. Ball goes inside 50, then picked up by Biggie Benny Brunt. And then we find that the siren's gone out here at Mafra Rec Reserve, the 31-minute quarter. And it is now the Mafra, the home sider, 8-8-56. They lead Druin 5-6-36.
Yeah, been an entertaining first half of footy. We'll be back and have a quick look at what we've seen in the first 60 minutes and give our thoughts on what we might see unfold in the last 60 minutes. But at the moment, you're listening to Gippsland Live on TRFM, thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical, Gippsland. Yes, thank you.
Beautiful, thank you.
Oh, flat side, come on, mate! Oh, flat blacks. Always the last man. Boom! Booger, give me that iPad now.
I still want my money.
Boom, the iPad, immediately.
Yeah, I reckon Druin might need to get down to business. Welcome back, Gippsland Live on TRFM. Thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical. Gippsland, the Druin trailing by 20 points even. A reasonably good first half by Mafra, but still some work to be done if they're to take the 4 premiership points, I would say. We all had our thoughts on how the game might unfold, and they looked something like this. Mafra by 36, Druin by 11. Boxer, you picked them by 50. That is
Big chance now.
Mafra, and I picked Mafra by 1. Anyone change bets? I think we're all sort of pretty much in it.
Not so confident about my picking of Druin at the moment, but
All right, we'll see.
I'll stay with them though.
Okay, I feel as though Druin might be closer at the conclusion of this game than they are right now. Let's see.
Let's get this third quarter on its way now too, and it's Jones. They've lost Big Paul, and Slater had the big job against Jones, but Jones got the tap out there. No one into really particular. Great tackle there by Alex Carr. Handball comes out to Slater. Quick handball out there, finds Shea Harvey off the halfback flank. Quick handball out. Quick run and dash there too by his Druin opponent, but only to be picked off there by young Luke Shelton. Great mark there off cross halfback.
Yeah, poor kick forward too there. They had opportunity and plenty of room.
Kick comes inside to Challing. Handball off quickly to Alex Carr. His kick looking for, didn't really find
Lockie Ormond.
Young Ormond. Kick off the ground there. They're picked up there beautifully by Nathan Pollard to an open running goal. Kicks it over the top. Running in for his 5th goal of the afternoon. And a quick start there by the Mapra side was Daniel Bedggood. And what a great quick start then too by the Eagles.
Once again, boys, the turnover at half forward there for Druin. Great mark by Shelton across the front of the pack. Chipped out wide. Good run by Pollard and a nice little touch over the top to Bedggood.
And Daniel Bedggood, as Boxer said, that's his 5th goal for the afternoon, coming at the 1 minute mark of the third quarter. The McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard has a 26-point lead to Mafra, 9-8-62 to Druin, 5-6-36.
So an opportunity went begging there for the visitors, as Adrian pointed out.
They're a little bit underdone now too. They're missing a ruckman too for Druin too, Pop. So
They are.
Makes life a little bit hard. It's like David versus Goliath. Look at this, David. What is it again?
It's David
Yeah.
Goliath,
Yeah,
mate,
Goliath,
yeah.
yeah, I got it right there.
No worries, you were close. Here we go. Ball thrown up, nice work. Going without it and then having enough time to get back on it is Braden Monk. Draws a couple, left leg, composes himself ever so cleverly. Picks out his teammate in Lachlan Orman. I'm guessing son of Smiley.
No.
No, okay.
Related
Oh,
though.
they are related. All right, they come grandstand side now. And here we go, Druin. A bit of room to move. One bounce. And then a quick kick forward. The kick had to be better than that again. And the kick coming from Joe Collins. He went searching for Campbell Jolly. But it'll be a 50-50 contest. Could have been so much more.
Just kicking those short ones to 50-50, boys. If they're not on, they've got to go longer and get it into Burks.
And you get it inside to Dave Adams. He's never going to get beaten one-on-one either.
So the ball will be thrown in right in front of our Gippsland Live commentary position. Left half forward flank, drawn about 65 metres from home. Jones ever so easily gets a tap, then picks it up and gets a handball. Off they go, a quick kick around the body. Can it find a winner? Geishan dances his way through. Don't know how he got out of there, but he did and found Bedggood on a long lead. From right half forward flank, a quick kick. I reckon he might have been going for Butcher. It fell in the arms of a teammate nonetheless in Nathan Pollard, who now goes to Butcher, and Butcher takes a diving mark, 30 metres out, 45-degree angle. Good build-up.
That was a great build-up then too by the Mapra side, and it was like they picked off what they needed to do, and then Pollard, again, unselfishly gets the ball. It was a beautiful kick inside 50 on a strong lead then by Butcher to find himself on a pretty tight angle here. We were pretty well disputed the win. His kick is an absolute shocker. Doesn't even go the 15-metre mark, and the 15 metres and the ball's punched through for a rush behind to the Druin side.
All right, we're just a bit sidetracked thanks to the crew here from Mafra who have just delivered prawn, calamari, fish sticks, dim sims and chips.
We need a cover for
all
the mic,
at the
'cause
start of the
everyone's
quarter, so we can't eat them for 20 minutes.
So the ball comes inside, marked there by Wands of the Druin side. Still in his defensive 50. Goes to play on, really got no one to go to. His short kick is, and it works, goes to Jordan King. He plays on immediately Plays off there to Hancock. Hancock kicks is good and finds Campbell Jolly just at the top of the arc there. Play on immediately. Off to and finds Marshall. Marshall's kick inside to Kingy again. And that is, that's Hancock. Hancock, he plays on, kicks it out wide, trying to look for Tom Evans. He was good enough to pick it off. He runs inside 50. His short little kick is absolutely shocking. He was looking for Kingy. He even actually puts his arms up in despair and says, what's going on here? Renoy, his kick goes inside and his short kick finds young number is Thatcher. Thatcher's kick goes out wide, finds Challenge. Challenge, his handballs inside to Benny Brunt. He gets on the left foot looking for Geishan. He's got plenty of time because he's on his own. Gets a quick handball over the top.
Karubia.
Young Karubia. His kick's long. It's 2-on-1 here. Butcher goes up with the one arm. Still good enough to win the ball inside 50. And there's another goal to Mafra, who are now stretching their lead even longer and making the afternoon even harder for the Druin side.
First 2 goals in the quarter, boys, have been turnovers at half-back. I don't know how many times I've said it today, but that turnover at half-back, Mafra get the turnover, move the ball down to half-forward, nice little kick over to 2, Bedgegood and Butcher one-on-one in there, and Johnny was just too strong.
And that's John Butcher's third goal for the afternoon, and it's a match-high 31-point margin in Mafra's favour at the moment at the 5-minute mark of the third quarter. On the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, we have the Eagles on 10-8-68, leading Druin 5-7-37.
Yeah, whereas Mafra go forward and they've got the targets of Bedgegood and Butcher, Druin go forward, and outside of Burks, there's not an obvious prominent forward to go to, and they're just falling down there by way of possession more or skill more than anything else. Ball thrown up, free kick will go the way of Mafra. Braden Monk again, another touch. That kick not too bad yet. Finds the big man there in Kieran Jones. Kieran Jones from 65 kicks to within 30. Bedgegood again, good long lead. No, couldn't take the mark. Play on's the call, and there'll be a ball up 45 metres from Mafra's goals, 45-degree angle. It's the grandstand side of the Mafra Oval where Mafra lead 10-9-69, Druin 5-6-36. Ball thrown up, quick kick forward from Druin, Pack, punch forward, got the handy, did James Reid, brings the ball to the ground, thought dragged off the ball without any possession. Play on was the call. Race is on. Who wins that race? Tom Evans does, feeds it off. Can he get clear? He can't get clear. And the free kick will go the way of Big Huts for Mafra, who won the free kick, hurt a Druin player. I mean, that's just a dream for Huts. He loves that sort of stuff.
Probably not the bloke you want tackling your lads.
Yeah, no, you're right. I don't reckon you'd like to be his girlfriend too. Give him a cuddle. I don't reckon you'd get up for it.
He wouldn't get up for a little while.
No,
Great mark inside
right.
50 there by Geishan. Just looking back as well. Huts is even playing the Good Samaritan too while the ball goes inside 50. Brunt plays on. It's probably on the wrong side. No, it's Butcher. Butcher plays on for a big snap goal there, looking for, looks like he was looking for Bedgegood, who's having an afternoon out and marks a great mark against 2 Druin opponents just on the goalpost side here. Plays on immediately with his left foot and looks like he's kicked another Zambrero contender goal of the day on his left foot for his 6th for the afternoon there, Poppy. And I reckon we've got our winner unless someone can do better than that.
Yeah, just the looks like Mafra's really getting on top in the clearances here with the big ruckman from Druin going down. Kieran Jones getting his hand on the ball and is putting it into advantage of the Mafra boys here at the moment.
We've got another player off the ground here for Druin as well as a consequence of that tackle from Huts.
Evans.
So Evans is another loss for them. They're down 2 on the bench now.
And it's now a 37-point margin in Mafra's favour. 7-minute mark of the third quarter. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. Mafra 11-8-74. Druin exactly half. 5-7-37.
So the game was very much alive just 7 minutes ago. And all of a sudden, Mafra have twisted the knife, and here they go again. This time through Alex Carr, busts the tackle, feeds it off nicely from one car to another, and now to Bedgegood. Pushed in the back, play on is the call, as Geishan's left foot kick went searching for, couldn't find a teammate, and Druin, last line of defence, take possession. And as a consequence of a player coming off the interchange, they've got a bit of room to move, but the kick will need to be perfect. And they haven't done that too many times today. There's an example of it, because the mark was taken by Nathan Pollard, right half forward flank for Mafra.
Yeah, another turnover there by Druin then. Picked off there by Alex Carr. His handball inside to Renoy. We've been calling that all afternoon, but his kick wasn't great. But still, Mafra have the numbers there to try and win this ball back. Renoy's got him by the one leg in a wrestling move. Nearly got him into a somersault. The kick was really good. We haven't seen him for a little while here, but it was picked off there by Hugo Burks. He's got really no one to kick to, but, well, he had one. It was Kingy. The kick wasn't great. He's been pressured there by Reed. Great little contest in there by both the opponents there by Luke Shelton. Umpire's found a free kick. He's found holding the man against Shelton. Is it against Shelton or it's against Reed, is it? So Reed, it's Kingy. His kick again is shocking inside 50. Another turnover there. Even though the kick wasn't great there by Mafra, good enough for Renoir to pick it off. Johnson. Then it's marked there by Johnson on the far side, the Gumtree side of the Mafra Rec Reserve.
All right, he goes short. The kick not great either. We said that a few times today. Reece Salter cut it off but didn't take what he probably should have taken. They'll have another opportunity as they go forward now. Bailey Stevens gives ground, keeps possession. Kingy from inside the centre square goes looking for. Can he find? He can. A teammate inside forward 50. Just got to pick that player up though. Well, I can't just at the moment.
Marshall,
I reckon it could be Joe Collins or Kai Kirk.
Joe
Collins it is. So Joe Collins.
I suppose if you put up 5 names, you're going to get one.
Well, I've got 3 players with orange boots.
No, I'm saying the same thing as well. It's been pretty difficult.
So Joe Collins will kick from 50. It'll probably take his very best, you would think. So he could probably dance around the man, and he does, to gain 2 metres, and that could prove to be all the distance. No, it gets the distance, but offline, a minor score, but everything helps just at the minute.
It takes Druin to 5-8-38, trailing Mafra 11-8-74.
Can't see too much wind out there at the moment. Bergs and I spoke about it at half time, but it looks like it's pushing across the ground. So a lot of players are trying to find their best angle, especially having a shot down this netball court ends.
Yep.
Ball comes out wide, picked off there by Will Brunt. Will Brunt going inside and finding. No, he didn't find in the end. It was well spoilt there by Shea Harvey of Druin. Ball comes out wide. Slater inside. Right, dead smack in the middle of the ground again. Another turnover. He's picked the biggest player in the ground, who quickly handballs off to Edcar. Edcar kicks it in long, and again another turnover. We're playing end to end at the moment because the skill level is pretty well. We'll say it's poor at the minute. The ball finds itself in the middle of the ground. Kicked inside, looking for it, didn't find Joe Collins. It bounces off his chest. Monk, who's had it on a string this afternoon, talking about having it on a string. Cade Renoy, another little chip out to Geishan. Geishan inside to Pollard. A great little build-up here by Mafra. Goes inside, great kick inside. The just kick went a little bit long. Again, there's Bedgegood on his own. How can a bloke that's kicked 6 has kicked the top of the goalpost be on his own this late in the afternoon? It has got me absolutely bewildered.
And that's a 37-point lead to Mafra, 11-9-75 to Druin, 5-8-38. Druin's last 5 scores, guys, have been behinds.
So Shea Harvey will bring this ball back into play. That's one that went missing, though, for Bedgegood, who's...
How do you leave a bloke that's kicked 6 on his own, all that time in the world? He probably had more time than what he probably thought.
Yeah, had time to straighten, didn't he? But you can be comfortable kicking around the bodies these days. Off the boot, not too bad, but only missed by a few inches. That's enough, though, as they bring the ball back into play. Nice spoil it was from over the top. Was it Reed that came over the top?
Nice little spoil.
Yeah, it was. Came over a couple deep, but got a...
We got the score with 11 goals, 10. Jamie, do you have 11-10 or 11-9? 10. I've missed it behind there somewhere.
Not you, Paul.
I have.
Well, there we go. The ball brought back in. Jared Marshall, centre half back. Oh, nice tackle by Bedgegood. Play on's going to be the call. Has to be. Carr, he'll just dance over the top. How easy is this? Is there a Zambrero easy goal of the day? This is it. John Butcher. It's another one.
It's just every time they've shared the ball, haven't they, Berg? So...
Yeah, the guy had the mark, 60 metres out, got called to play on. Bedgegood was right there, laid a nice tackle, pick up, chip over the top to Butcher, who was on, and that was probably the easiest goal you'll see for the day.
10 goals between those two boys, Bedgegood and Butcher, Paul Carter.
It certainly is, and takes the margin out to 44 points. We've played 13 minutes into the third quarter. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. Mafra 12-10-82, leading Druin 5-8-38.
The afternoon gets longer now for Druin, and I was actually waiting for John Butcher to show the players the ball then because he had that much time. Again, it's like David and Goliath in the ruck. Jones gets a tap down really to a one-on-one, and the umpire will come in and ball up. King on the bottom of the pack there for Druin.
Joe Collins is rucking for Druin at the moment, lads.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just they're being depleted there now by injury, the Druin side. They've just got to find a little bit now to get this bit more respect back in the scoreboard. Tapped down by Jones, picked up by Challenge. He tips it out wide to Pollard, who's had a great quarter so far. Marks on his chest on the wing, goes inside, looking and finds Will Brunt. Will Brunt handballs off to Monk. Monk, who will chip off to Bedgegood on a strong lead. And his afternoon just keeps getting better when the delivery like that comes to you by a player like Monk. And make no doubt about it, it's a great feeling when you know players like that are coming out like that to you.
He's on track for a 10-goal haul here today.
He could, potentially.
He's on track. He's got 6.
He's only 30 metres out. We'll say he's directly in front. Comes in very well relaxed. He kicks the ball long, and it's a long point. We've just put the curse on him again there, Pop.
Yeah.
And it's another point. We've been playing 14 minutes in this third quarter.
12-11-83. Mafra leading Druin 5-8-38 on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
Right, they bring the ball back into play, they do. Campbell Jolly on the end of it, just out of defensive 50. Threads one along the line, nicely done. This time finds his teammate, I reckon it could be Marshall. Goes inboard to Campbell Jolly. Round about right half-back flank, gives ground. And they basketball-like dance around the key to bring it grandstand side where they've got a bit more room to move. This time Harry Wands has got the room. Just waits for the ball, and then he's been called to play on it, so it must be holding the ball, like it or not, and it is holding the ball. Don't know that he danced off his line too much at all. He can't believe what happened. I probably agree. Free kick will go Mafra's way. Lockie Allman will take the free kick. Boundary just a foot and a half to his right. It's 45 centimetres for the new brigade. Kicks down to forward 50. Can he find a winner? He can. Nice mark it was. Braden Monk again, been good. Leads on. Can he find a winner? He can. I reckon it's a player that you said just a moment ago. Is that Nathan Pollard?
No, it's Benny Brunt.
Benny Brunt who takes the mark. 25 metres out, directly in front. And the blink of an eye, they are going to add their 5th goal, you would think, in the matter of 15 minutes. So this third quarter has been a good one. Benny Brunt directly in front from around about 35 metres. Off the boot, okay, distance won't be a problem. The goal umpire just throws the head back and then chucks up the 2 fingers and says, bingo, goal number 13.
And Boxer, it's a 51-point lead.
Here we go.
To Mafra at the 16-minute mark of the third quarter. 13-11-89 Mafra. Druin 5-8-38. This is on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
Well, we should go. Sorry, go.
Just the way they're trying to move the ball out of half-back, lads. They're just kicking and marking. There's no run from behind. There's no handball receives. And they're just getting to that half-back and just cutting that ball down and turning it over, which is really hurting them.
It is really. And look, you can see the confidence levels of the Druin side's really hurting them now. They've lost their ruckman. They've got Evans off the ground as well. So injuries is taken apart for this game as too. So we find ourselves here in the middle of the ground. And Jones takes on another Druin ruckman. I think it still is Collins. Tap down there pick off there by Carr. Handball out there by Butcher. Goes into Will Brunt. He can't get a real clean handball out. There's 3-4 Druin players. Kingy finds himself with it. That is Jordan Kingy. Handball comes out to young Bailey Stevens. His kick's wide. Looking for really... Oh, it's a great mark there too by young Campbell Jolly. He plays on, handballs quickly to Caleb Tyler, gets the ball inside 50. Hutz is in the front position. He kills the ball forward. Picked off there by Benny Brunt. Quick handball out to who? Cade Renoy. He's run. 1 bounce. He'll take another. Yeah, that's 2. Let's take another Cade. There's 3. Still on the far wing side. A little chip kick in. A great little kick in, was it? No, it wasn't. It's going to be there. Picked off there by Druin. And then inside there to Kingy, who finds, and Caleb Tyler inside the middle of the ground.
So Caleb Tyler plays on quickly from one Kingy to another. It's Clayton Kingy now, outside 50, goes inboard. Hutz pushes back, puts enough pressure on Hugo Burks to cause a spillage. And at the front of the pack, Pollard lends a hand. I reckon the umpire might take control. Nicely done.
That's 2 in a row by Hutz as he's cut off there from Burks. So great defence.
Yeah, a bit too much bulk for Burks, hasn't he? Just can't nudge him under like he could lighter built players earlier in the day. 40 metres out from Druin's goals. They haven't threatened the goals too much at all. In fact, not at all. No score in this third quarter for Druin. Whereas Mafra have added 5 goals, 3 if you don't mind, and blown the game right open. You reckon a couple of points there? Well, a couple of points I've missed.
Unless one of those was the Mafra one.
I think you were checking your Tats Lotto tickets when you're looking at that, mate.
I have been. The scoreboard must have missed a couple, have they?
I don't know. Either I put one on the wrong side or something. I don't know.
No, I'd judge you, back you against Bill Gates.
Does he keep stats too?
Yeah, he does.
Bill Gates.
Well, he gets...
Bill Gates.
He gets,
you could have found somebody else, but you found Bill Gates.
Well, who's as high profile and as intelligent as I could think of.
The
ball thrown back up. Here we go.
Bill Gates.
What's happened here? umpire has called a free kick. It's going to go Druin's way. So if you're at the ground, the scoreboard says 5-6. It's actually 5-8, we believe. Not that it makes a hell of a lot of difference, unless you're backed by a specific margin. Ball out of play, just metres from Druin's goals. Or is it? Yes, it is. So the shine, the excitement's somewhat gone off this game, but not for Maffra fans, because at the moment it's a better than 8-goal lead, and they haven't seen too many of those this year. When they get themselves out of trouble, they try hard. But Kingy, was he taken high or taken low or dropping the ball? Third of those three, says the umpire. Dropping the ball will go Maffra's way. Good free kick.
Yeah, he took him on then too, and it was a great tackle there. Was it Reid?
Dave Adams.
Dave Adams, ever die-hard backman. Here we go to Reid now. He marks top of the arc there in the defensive side, 50. So you're right, probably the real sting of the game has gone out of it right now. He's looking for the man of the moment, Daniel Bedgood. He's looking for a push in the back. The umpire says, go on, play on. Where Monk's got it, he brings the ball inside laterally, looking for Butcher. Oh. Well, he just has to wait for the ball because the drawn player fumbled it, goes inside to Challing. His handball off. No, it was picked off then by Marshall. And he was wrapped up then too by young Challenge again with those beautiful boots.
He's been okay today, Challenge.
He's been okay. Well, with those boots, you're not going to miss him, are you?
No, doesn't make too many mistakes.
Jones, he couldn't get the tap out. He's nearly killed his drawn opponent because that's how tall he is. He fell over and he plays on immediately, and that's Joe Collins. Drives the ball inside with an attempted barrel, but only to be parked there by Benny Brunt. So they're just trying everything and it's not working. Even Bergs can't believe it as well. Kick out wide by Brunt, looking for young Johnson. He couldn't take it. Kingy kicks it along the line there and marked well by Slater.
So Slater, right half forward flank. Long sleeves, goes inboard, handball, has to sit and wait. Does his teammate and Clayton Kingy, but good enough to get rid of the ball quickly. Cut, find a teammate, and that's been the order of the day for most of this third quarter. They're just falling down terribly across that half forward line. As we've told you a number of times, a quick kick from Gamble Jolly to the top of the square. Holding the man, maybe. I thought Maffra's way. Play on's the call. Handball more in hope. Falls the way of Maffra defender. Dances through. Weaves his way through nicely. Handballs to Orich. Whoever so cleverly goes short and finds a teammate in Brunt. So defensive 50, Brunt. Outside, looking for Big Jones and finds that player. Jones, half-back flank it was. Nice lead, nice mark.
Have they taken Bill Gates off? No, Jones kicks long down the line. No one to kick to, but a great leap there by Thatcher over the back. Takes a great mark. He plays on immediately, looking for Bedgood. One grab, two grabs. No, picked off beautifully there by Alex Carr. Quick handball, not great. Here he is, the debut player. Ian Young Karuba, is that how you say it? Karubia. I should know how to say it. It's like an ethnic name in it. Yeah, he just misses his snapshot. And only a behind there for the Maffra side.
They bring the ball back in after that quick piece of play. Give it over to Paul Carter in just a minute. Drawn outside defensive 50. Come grandstand side. 2-on-1. I'm not sure why they went to the 2-on-1. The two didn't favour them. And now Maffra, they give ground, but they'll keep possession through Hutz, who takes a mark.
13-12-90. It's a 52-point lead to Maffra, who are drew in 5-8-38. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
Big Hutz's chip, kick in to challenges marked. Quickly play on, finds Carr. That was the Ed type who chips it in and finds Bailey Karubia. I'm going to get that wrong now every time. Who goes inside and finds Bedgood on a strong lead, but deep in a pocket. He's marked just above his eyes there. The umpire's played out on the full.
Yep.
So the boundary umpire's miles away and the central umpire has picked it off for him. Druin plays on immediately. Switches the play just inside, just in front of the goal square there. Goes middle. Great little chip kick inside and finds Marshall. He plays on immediately. Look at him board. Finds Jordan Kingy. Plays on. Quickly to Campbell Jolly. His handball and his little chip kick outside to Bailey Stevens, where he marks just inside the centre square.
So Stevens, as you heard from Nick Lucino, inside the centre square, come grandstand side. Nice mark in the end by Joe Collins, made the easy look hard. The ball drifted left to right in the air. Joe Collins, grandstand wing, looks forward, his side trailing 5-7 to 13-12. Clever little kick forward, found a target. Not too often we've said that today. Kai Kirk was the player who's been called to play on. His kick looking for and will find, finally, Hugo Burks, who managed to get a few yards on Hutts. So Hugo's kicked 2 of his side's 5. He looked to be online to have a bigger day than that, but it's been out for the middle part of this game. So Hugo Burks will kick from 40 metres. Close to the man on the mark. His kick for goal is pretty good. Finally, they get another major, Paul Carter.
And that is the Druins' 6th goal for the afternoon, coming at the 24-minute mark of the third quarter. Brings the margin back to 46 points in Maffra's favour. Druin are 6-8-44, Maffra 13-12-90.
Great little build up there by Drew, and obviously it's amazing what happens when you hit a couple of targets moving forward, and obviously Burks looks very dangerous when he gets out on the lead there, and that's a nice little kick out in front, and just not sure with his goal kicking routine though, that little
stutter. He's a little stutter. That's all right.
Kennedy from West Coast about it.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of that. A little bit of swagger in it.
I was going to ask you about that early on. I forgot all about it, but you're right.
Jones tap out, goes into Monk. Monk now gets the handball out to Carr. He couldn't pick it off. Then to Challen. Out wide, Pollard gives him the outburst in. Looking inside for Bedggood. He couldn't mark. He had 2 to beat. Ball comes to ground in dispute. Oh. Picked off there by Thatcher with a little banana kick. He's got the quick response then too. And there's another contender for the Zambero goal of the day.
Ball started in the middle again, boys. Kieran Jones getting his hand on, putting it to advantage to the on-ballers there, and a little bit of a poor little turnover there at half-back, and created a pretty easy goal to Thatcher.
Thatcher's second goal takes Maffra back out to a 52-point lead. We played 25 minutes into the third quarter. The McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, Maffra 14-12-96, leading Druin 6-8-44.
So Maffra flexing their muscle and responding very quickly as good sides should. If Druin would have given themselves every chance of registering their first win of the season today, but with this one out of the way and looking forward, you'd wonder where their next win might come from as they claim a clearance from the centre of the ground through Kai Kirk, but it's cut off on the half-back line, and nicely done by Kieran Jones, who feeds it off and goes from half-back towards their half-forward line. Turnover. Druin, can they keep it in? They can't. Maffra apply the pressure, and eventually the boundary line will beat all players involved.
Renoy's stats for this quarter, Paul?
Renoy, another 7 disposals, taking him to 23 for the match.
Some great run back from half-back there.
Yeah, not wrong. And still a quarter of footy to go. On target for a 30-plus possession game. Ball to be thrown in, left half forward flank. Maffra kicking to the right of Radio. Daniel Bedggood has 6. John Butcher has 4. Tom Thatcher has 2, and then singles to Braden Monk and also Ben Brunt. And for Druin, Hugo Burks 3, the only multiple goal scorer for Druin. And then singles to Aidan Quirk, Campbell Jolly and Clayton Kingy. Ball thrown up left half back flank. Nicely done. Jones, ground level Carr. Bedggood on the end of it. So he's been good at missing and then correcting and finishing nicely. Although this will probably test him distance-wise.
Absolutely.
So he'll kick from just outside 50, I'd think. Tell you what, the men on the mark don't seem to be having much of an impact these days, do they? I know they're stuck where they are, but they don't look interested at all, and that's another one offline for both Bedggood and Maffra.
Maffra now 14-13-97, 53 points ahead of Druin, who are 6-8-44. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, 27.5-minute mark of the third quarter.
Yeah, quick kick in there by Marshall. The umpire probably could have paid that mark to young Stevens, and he has. Quickly plays on, but again, we're going to talk about this again. It's another turnover by the Druin side, another mistake. It's created a stoppage on the far side of the ground.
Just another injury here for Druin boys. I haven't quite get his name or number here, but another one off, so they're under the pump injury-wise.
Yeah, that's the third one off, and I can't grab him either, Adrian, so there we go. He's walking towards us with what appears to be a left leg injury, so that's 3 players down for Druin, and Maffra really starting to apply some even more pressure as they go forward again, looking for Butcher, cut off before him, and Druin will try to compose themselves and do. Kingy's left foot kick, I reckon he's done that 3 times today. Didn't find the target, picked up nicely by the big man in Pollard. Pollard inside forward 50, again drawn through numbers more than anything else, win the ball, and they now come grandstand side. They do it and they find Tyler. Tyler inboard and then over the top. 3-man play. And they're going to run themselves in and out of trouble. Ones gives ground back to Kingy. Kingy, nice kick. Threads one through to the centre of the ground to find his teammate and Alex McMillan. He'll go short. I'm not sure that was a right target, but it's another Kingy, is it? Over the top they go. I reckon it could be Kai Kirk in front. Or if it's not Clayton Kingy, and this time they go searching for Kirk, but Hutz doesn't give him a second opportunity and just thumps the ball towards the boundary line.
If you don't give him too much space there with Hutz, I suppose the one big thing that Hutz you can thank as well is his midfielder being able to nullify the Druin midfield to get that ball inside to Hugo this afternoon as well. As the ball comes back in, tap wasn't great, but picked off there by McMillan. His kick inside couldn't be marked then either by Klebney. It's actually a poor disposal then too in the end. It's a great tackle there by Hugo Burks. He's doing it all down forward. He's doing it on his own down forward for Druin. It was a great tackle. Didn't give much of a chance then to Thatcher, is it? Down back.
Brody Johnson.
Good, it is Brody Johnson. They all look the same, these Mafra players, don't they?
They do.
And Hugo Burks, he's going in for his fifth for the afternoon, or fourth for the afternoon, and he makes no mistake. And he gets a much-needed goal for the Druin side. So there we go. Another error.
A nice little clearance from another goal from the clearance here, lads, which obviously Mafra's been on top this whole quarter, but they got one there through out the back there, and a nice little kick up forward and a nice little tackle by Burks and a nice little finish off.
And the margin now in the shadows of the three-quarter time siren is 47 points in Mafra's favour, 14-13-97, leading Druin 7-8-50. Poppy, last week I said there were 6 players in the league who had kicked a goal in each of the first 6 rounds. Hugo Burks was one of them. So he's 7 for 7 now.
Oh, there you go. We need to quickly go around the grounds. Thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture Gips. We've got an upset in the AFL. And the Saints go down. They go down to the Hawks.
18 seconds.
Only 18 seconds to go. 11-16, 82 to 12-6, 78. Look out for those interchange subs at the moment there, clubs. We don't want another one like that last week.
Hawthorn have kicked another goal, so game over.
So they're game over, 10-point game. So there you go.
How's everyone's footy tippings going anyway, boys?
Not good.
No.
Not good at all.
If Fremantle beat Melbourne...
And they're up as well.
Yeah.
How do you say it?
Wally Rock.
Wally Rock. It's 59-44 against the D's.
I looked at this weekend's tipping and I thought, you know what, the only one I'm not sure of is Richmond v Port Adelaide. I've got all the rest covered.
And I think Richmond will win that one as well.
Well, that's what I thought, but anyway. Ball back in play now. Kingy from right half back flank along the line. Top goes Kirk and also Hutz. I tell you what, Hutz has landed on his own player and it looked like the Twin Towers going down. It was a thumping spoil by Hutz and he just came through like a wrecking ball. Nothing like Miley Cyrus, mind you. If you had the choice between Miley Cyrus and Hutz taking you to the ground, I know what I'd be choosing. I reckon it'd be Miley Cyrus. Ball goes towards
We're waiting for the pause. I think
I'm really
had time to think about it. So there you go. So maybe it might have been Hutz as well.
Another one around the ground, boys. Manny Gallagos has told me 59-43 at three-quarter time. Moe up.
16-point margin. Tell you what, Lee and Gather have been under pressure, though, in their long-running winning streak and have managed to find a way to win, but this is perhaps their biggest test. The test is on Druin here, too, as three-quarter time siren sounds. So there's a lot to get our heads around, boys, both in the AFL and in other games around Gippsland, Latrobe, and this one here too. Mafra, 14 goals, 13-97 at three-quarter time. Druin, 7-7-49. It's Gippsland Live on TRFM. We'll be back with all of the scores that matter shortly. St Kilda, and it looks as though Moe might have the edge on Lee and Gather to end what is an enormous winning streak. Right here we go. Fourth quarter.
Let's get this fourth quarter underway here. And it was a tap down there by James again, picked up there by Ed Carr. He's had his pocket picked then as well then. Couldn't pick up who it was. Then it was picked off there by Noah Glenn. Drives the ball inside 50. Quick great kick in there too to Joe Collins. He quickly looks forward to a player out there in his own in the pocket. Headband and all.
I think, is it Campbell Jolly or not?
It is Jolly. Yeah. And it's Jolly. He's already kicked a goal this afternoon, I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, PC.
He is.
But he's in the pocket at the moment. Tough pocket to be kicking from as well here. I know Bergs would have had this sewn up in a left footer, but as on the right-hand side here, be a tough kick, but a great start to the quarter if you can get it through for the Druin side. leans back onto it, goes across the face of goal, mark there and punched through just for out of bounds by the big Huts, right close to the point post there. Druin forward line.
Bergs would have kicked that blindfolded.
Easy.
No question about that. And on the opposite leg. Ball thrown back in. Looks as though contesting that one was Hugo Burks. They've got an opportunity to have a shot on goals. Can they? They can't. Just at the moment, good pressure from Mafra around the ball. The umpire will eventually take control. Druin just 20 metres from their goals. Just repeating those third quarter scores. Druin, the visiting side, 7-7-49. Mafra 14-13-97. Tapped down by Mafra. They've got good numbers around the ball, as have Druin. In fact, it's pretty busy around that first 15 metres, circle around where the ball is. This time they've broken through, or have they? No, another good tackle. Play on's the call. Spills over the boundary line again. Can't call players because I reckon they're about 200 metres from where we are. And hard to pick up quite a number of the players.
While we wait too, thanks for Harvey Norman Furniture, Gippsland around the ground. Terralga 9-13-67. They lead Bairnsdale 5-6-36. And Morwell 6-5-41. They trail Sale 8-6-54.
Right, so that game's still in the balance, still alive there. Traralgon appear that they've got that game covered. At the moment, Mafra appear that they've got this game covered.
I'll keep going too there, Poppy. Wonthaggi 18-11-119 to Warragul 3-2-20.
That'll make a big comeback for the goals if they're going to win that one.
Moe 9-5-59 to Leongatha 5-13-43.
Oh,
Update there, 71-43. Moe's kicked the first two.
Oh, goodness. I tell you what, that record, well, it's going to stand for a little bit longer.
Back to the game, boys.
And I tell you what, that opens up the league as well because they've been the benchmark for a long time. Ball comes out of defensive 50, goes in the direction of and taken Alex Carr. Good strong mark under pressure. Grandstand side he comes. Finds his teammate there in Brodie Johnson. Johnson along the line. They've got some runners. Orman overruns it. Lets it go for his teammate. In fact, in David Adams. Picks it up. In fact, Jack Challens picks it up. But not the greatest of decisions. And I tell you what, we've had a couple of those decisions in the first 10 seconds. I won't bore you to describe them other than to say they were pretty disappointing. Benchgood comes out from a lead from outside 50. Can't kick the distance, looking for a lead, finds one ever so easily, and that's experience. Don't force what isn't there. Wait for it to unfold in front of you. That's what he did. The lead was on, and it was a nice lead too by Tommy Thatcher, who's kicked two, and from 45 on the slightest of angles, should be putting through his third. Thatcher runs in to within 40 metres. Off the boot, looks nice. Starts to push right and ends right too. Another minor score.
49-point lead, and we've played 4 minutes into the final quarter. The lead in favour of Mafra, who are 14-14-98 to Druin 7-7-49, and that's on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard.
We should say too, it was a great kick in there by Ed Carr into Daniel Benjagood 2 PC, so that's for your stats as well.
Thank you.
Quick kick in there by Kirks. He's trying to get it out of his defensive 50, finds Wands. It's been serviceable today for Druin. He'll come out laterally to young Xavier Kinder. He marks on his chest. A little quick kick in. It was a great pressure then too by Thatcher. Great smother inside his forward 50. Picked up there by Kingy. His kick was good. And he finds Bailey Stevens right hugging the boundary line as well. He plays on immediately to Wands. Kicks it inside to Kingy.
Yeah, that sun's proving a bit of a problem.
Kingy's going to be good. Kicks it inside to Shea Harvey, who was injured in the third quarter, but he's back out in the ground right now. That's great news for the Druin side. Kai Quirk kicks the ball inside 50. The ball travels, but it spins the other way again. Huts is there for Mafra.
That was a better build-up by Druin, boys. A little
really
kick
good.
handball, run the ball rather than just kick mark. So that was a better movement. Got him deep inside 50 for a throw.
I'll tell you what, Huts doesn't look like he's got a bit of pace, but there's pace there, isn't he, underneath Huts? Got a bit of...
Moves well for a big fella.
Yeah, he does, indeed.
He's got the lot, Huts, hasn't he?
He has.
Pizza Huts.
Pizza Huts with a lot. Good one. Ball thrown back in 20 metres from goals. Nicely done. Mafra equal to the task, and they burst through defensive 50. They can. Fed off nicely and unfortunately falls in the arms of Druin's James McKellar. So McKellar from 50 will have the opportunity to get a rare goal for Druin. They sit on 7-7. Mafra are 14-14. McKellar will take one of his best kicks from Off the boot, looks nice. It's, again, pushed right, stays right. Minus score for Druin.
Now a 48-point margin in Mafra's favour. They were 14-14-98, Druin 7-8-50. Harvey Norman, computer scoreboard. We've played now 6 minutes into the final quarter.
So Mafra, he's weighing up his options there too and plays on immediately. It looks like it's Reed. Kicks out long and far to the wing looking for, as Adams was kicked out, looking for Reed, and he couldn't mark, and it was just gone out of bounds just outside on the far wing of the Mafra Oval here, the Mafra Rec Reserve. And we're playing 6 minutes into this last quarter. Ball comes back in, Jones taps it down to the ground level, picked up there by Challing. His quick handball out, that goes to Brunt. Brunt gets another handball out to Renoy. He couldn't get the ball away, and the umpires rewarded the Druin player, and it's been holding the ball far side. He's got much to kick to here. He's got, and that son's playing a little bit of havoc as well for all players. It's Wands. He kicks the ball inside, looking for Kingy. That was Jordan Kingy. He couldn't mark. Ball's picked off there by Reed. Then to Johnson. Johnson's kick is smothered. Then Monk was good enough. Got a lot of skill, this player. Monk takes 2 bounces, takes the players on with a little chip kick over the top. Finding Butcher. Butcher's got to take it on the bounce. Gets it back to Monk, who's followed up his kick. His handball wasn't great. It was picked off there by Kingy, and that would be... Oh, sorry, that's Hancock. Hancock gets the ball. Another shocking kick inside 50, and it's easy as you like for James Reed of Mafra.
So Reedy plays on, does James, and goes towards the outer side of the ground. They work it well. Carr on the end of it. Alex Carr, defensive 50, along the line. Nice long lead. I reckon Ormond over the top, feeds it off, and here they go again to Mafra, to Geishan. Geishan, the lead's on to Bedgood. Bedgood takes the mark. He's done it well all day. Man of the mark's done his shoulder. Could play on, does play on, finds Butcher. So Butcher with 4, Bedgood with 6, gives it back to Bedgood. Just lessens the angle. So Bedgood, I reckon I'd back him in today from here.
Yeah, I think so. Look,
he's from a roundabout here.
This is where he's been most successful for the afternoon. So, yeah, you would think he would, but the Enigma, I call him the Enigma.
All right.
It could do anything with this.
All right, so Bedgood, he has 6. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. He's looking for his first and last quarter. And I tell you what, it's one of the worst kicks I've seen all day. And it's only worsened by the bloke that tried to take the mark and bounced off his head.
What I'm confused with, though, too, Bergs, is that each time they've gone up, the guy on the mark, the player on the mark has not moved.
No.
Now, the umpire should be calling play on, and you can put enough pressure on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's happened all day today, actually. So Butcher over the top to Bedgood. Can he get a handle? He can't. A Druin player down behind play, injured.
Jeez, Bedgood's is dangerous every time it's inside 450, boys.
Yeah, he's been very good. Out of the boundary line, nicely done. So there'll be a boundary throw in.
Yeah, it looks like
just
it's
a metre from the goal.
Shay Harvey again for Druin's gone down. He's had a rough afternoon the last couple of quarters, Shay Harvey. Ball comes to ground, picked off there by Carr. That was Alex Carr. Geishan's in there, working hard for it as well. Again, Carr's picked it off. He could have got done for high. Umpires will have none of that. And it looks like Shay Harvey's afternoon's done and dusted.
So that's
He's coming
4
straight off the
players
ground.
off for good.
Yeah, we've just seen another
3, is it?
That's only 3. Yeah, they've got the one left. James McCullough, you're it, mate. So you're the man.
No more rotations.
So Bedgood, they fight for it inside 50, and it was Kingy and Bedgood. The umpire says, I'll ball it up. 15 metres out, directly in front here of the Mafra goal, and this is what they want here now. So Butcher, he taps it through the back to the attack inside, really to no one there, but who's there? Bedgood's there. No, it's not. It's Thatcher. He helps the ball go over the boundary line. They create another stoppage. Point post, Mafra goal side, netball end. Last quarter, 9 minutes played.
So the ball thrown back in. It'll be Butcher from the back. I tell you what, held without the ball. I thought play on was the call. Bedgood tries to lay a tackle, can't. They bust through the defensive 50, Druin. Nicely done. Can they find their way through? They can. The kick came from Joe Collins. Went searching for Marshall. Marshall couldn't take it. Ormond couldn't either. Somehow the ball stays in. On the end of it is Marshall. Goes inboard after a couple of handballs. I tell you what, there's a bit of noise on the boundary, and it appears to be like an under-10s game. There was 30 players chasing the ball then, and eventually a free kick's paid. It goes the way of Campbell Jolly, and a 50-metre penalty.
So he's paid for coming off the line against Carr. The Druin supporters are getting very rowdy here, right in below us here at the coach's box. I think just to maybe put a little bit more spice back into the game, because it's absolutely shot this game and they need a little bit more excitement. If they get this goal, I think the crowd will go absolutely crazy, Poppy.
Yep, so let's see how they go. Campbell Jolly, he kicked one in the second quarter, an opportunity to kick goal number 2 from 30 metres out, slightest of angle. Off the boot. Now, it looks to go right and has gone right. A minor score. Order of the day, really. Poor skills.
Hats off to Druin, though. Hats off to Druin here. They're having a crack here. They could have rolled over here, but they're actually trying to move the ball and score.
Maffra ahead by 47 points at the 11-minute mark of the final quarter. 98 points, plays 51.
Yeah, marked by Reid. Again, this looks like a set play there by the Maffra side when Adams goes to Reid. He goes down the line, no one in particular, but why wouldn't you go to Kieran Jones? He's the biggest man out in the ground at the minute. And he gets a quick handball off to Challing. His little chip kick inside finds Geishan. Geishan far side near the Gumtree, the famous Gumtree here at Maffra. Goes back to Challen, his kick inside, looking for Bedgegood. He couldn't mark, overruns the ball, but inside looks like Young Johnson, or is it Karubia? Karubia kicks the ball inside. It's just a great kick. It's bounced the opposite way. Could have been a little bit of a fairy tale end for Karubia in his first senior game. Picked off there by Wands. Wands handball wasn't really to nobody. Great pressure then too. And that finds the ball goes out of bounds. Deep in the Maffra forward-line pocket. It was a good little build-up then too. Just they weren't rewarded with the goal. The ball just didn't want to come to the party for the young fella making his debut for Maffra.
The ball thrown back in now. Tapped in towards the corridor. Nicely done on the end of it, Jared Marshall. Quick kick, goes back to Bedgegood. Standing start. Top of the square. The ball spills towards and crosses the boundary line. Off hands. 5 metres from Druin's goals. 12 and a half minutes gone. Final quarter. Maffra 14-14. Druin 7-9. We'll give you some final scores around the ground shortly. At this stage, it appears that Moe have ended Leongatha's long run. Bedgegood tries to bust the tack back here at Maffra Recreation. Reserve. Butcher gives ground, keeps possession. Maffra kick around the body. Should fall in the hands of a Druin player. And I speak of Reece Salter. Couldn't take the ball. Ground level. Carr. And now they go. The 1-2. Ends up in the hands of Benny Brunt. Kicks long. Butcher from the back. Causes a contest, falls to the ground, and out of that contest, Druin work hard from half back. They go short. Can they keep the ball in? They can't. The central umpire says not deliberate. Nothing to see here.
The Maffra boys on the bench were screaming for a deliberate, and I think if they would have got it, we would have seen the quickest rotation you've ever seen. So players would have been streaming on the ground looking for that ball.
Fremantle leading Melbourne. St Kilda beaten by Hawthorn. Sydney defeat Carlton. Hope your footy tips are going well.
If the Giants beat us, I'm done.
Don't bite your tongue, Boxer.
Ball now through halfback, lands in the arms of Reid, who's got Geishan all by his lonesome from half forward, usually a good user of the ball. Finds Bedgegood on the lead, plays on quickly, time to centre up. Look at this. Butcher just waits for the ball to come. It takes a backward step and lands in the arms of Druin, but only for a split second before Geishan comes in. Druin have got the numbers. There's some players dead on their feet at the moment as Aidan Quirk takes the mark, plays on quickly. Joe Collins now, right half-back flank, takes the bounce, looks up, draws the player. He ran 20, and instead of going forward, he went back 20. Now they go inboard. Kingy. He's got Marshall in the centre. No, couldn't find that player. Falls short. Aidan Kirk gives it up. Carr over the top. Easy as you like. Look at this, Butcher. Bang. So Butcher, his kick four's got the chance to bring up a handful of goals. He's not going to spend too much time with this. He's desperate to give it off. In fact, he's going to have to now. Wow. I tell you what, the shine's gone out of this game. It's like some kids playing in a paddock at the minute. I'm not sure what you guys think, but their skills are as bad as you'd probably seen for a little while. But give them credit, they've worked pretty hard. Geishan off the boot. I tell you what, a flying shot for goal. Check side, didn't quite come off. And now Druin run the ball out, and they do it through through Dan Klebney.
Yeah, great call, Pop. It is really, when you say the sting's gone.
Oh, yeah. I think the sting's gone for the players.
I think Wasp can sting about 5 or 6 times. I think it's keep happening here. So the ball keeps getting kicked out wide. It wasn't a great kick again by Druin. Looking for Kingy. And that was Jordan King, and the ball goes out of bounds, or is it out of bounds on the full? No, it's out of bounds. Far wing here at Maffra. We've been playing 15 minutes, and it's a comfortable lead. It's a 47-point lead to the Eagles. Ball comes back in, picked off there by Jones. Handball to Carr. That's Ed Carr. Kick's not great, looking for Geishan, and this time it goes out of bounds on the full to the football magnet out here at the big famous Gumtree, far side of the Maffra Rec Reserve. If I can quick update there too. In a close game, Sale have picked off ball by 4 points. And the word out of the game there too, the quarter seemed very, very short. But anyway, Sale have won by 4 points. Bedgegood looks inside, looking for Monk. Monk flies over the back. Nearly a fantastic mark there by Monk. Then picked off then by the Druin in the back line, but only just to kick it back to that man who's had it all day on a string. That's Bedgegood. Left foot kicked inside, looking for Butcher. But a great mark there by Quai Kirk to pick it off and to just about save a Maffra goal. Monk's still down in the pocket, whether he's still stunned that he didn't get paid the mark or he's actually hurt. We'll keep an eye on that one there, Bergs, for us. Play keeps coming out here on the far wing, just in front of the commentary box. Ball's kicked inside there for Druin. Marked by Caleb Tyler. He kicks the ball inside there, looking for Jared Marshall, who couldn't mark. He's got a little bit of time there too, but two Maffra opponents have calmed down on him too. There is, I think one was Johnson. The other one there now looking for and finding Bedgegood, who takes the mark one-handed. He plays on. No, he doesn't play on. He finds his teammate Monk, who's been on his own for about 5 minutes, it seems like. Takes the ball, marks, runs inside 50, looking for and finding an easy kick there by Butcher. He plays on immediately. I don't know why he did that, because he's gone the dribble kick and he's missed it to the far side. So I'm not sure whether, if I was Coach Robbins right now, I'd be happy with the way things are panning out now too for the Maffra side, because they seem like they've put a bit of lair rise in as well. And another point there to the Eagles. PC?
It's 2-2 this quarter, 2 behinds each. It's 48-point lead to Maffra, and we've played almost 18 minutes.
All right, they're still into attack. They've had all the attack. It's been a sloppy game. There's tired legs. The game's over. Got to be a little bit forgiving as, again, the Eagles go forward. Carr, one to the other. Can they get on the end of it? They can't. Busting the pack there was Clayton Kingy. Opens the door for his teammate. He wins a handball over the top. They've got some runners. Aidan Quirk, his handball. It ends in the arms, who's taken high, I think, of Noah Glenn. Umpire says, yeah. Free kick, Noah Glenn's way for Druin. Right on the outskirts of 50. Inboard he goes to Marshall. And Marshall now. It'll take his kick. Take a decent kick from Marshall. Druin 7-9, 51. He plays on, does Marshall. Can he find a teammate? He can. Maffra 14-15, 99. And it was a nice leg too that opens the door for his teammate to get a rare goal for this afternoon. And it's Aidan Quirk, who kicked one in the first quarter, but not too many opportunities since that time. So Aidan Quirk, 45-degree angle, 20 metres out. They usually push right from here, and he's dragged it left and across the face of goals. Wow. Anyway.
Leongatha Moe, 71-50 at the 24-minute mark.
Whoa, 21 points. It'd have to be a miracle escape from there.
Ball comes back in, kicked inside and finding young Johnson. His handball's quick to Carr, and it looks like Alex type. He kicks the ball. His kick's not great. Bedgegood overran the ball, picked off there by Druin. Kicked the ball inside 50. It was a great little kick there too, and marked there by Quirk, top of the arc. Gets the ball moving quickly, and there he is again. The shining light. Oh, he hasn't been paid the mark then, umpire. You are a party pooper, because Hugo Burks did really mark that one. But luck's a fortune for Druin with a ball in dispute. A spearing kick inside, and he finds young Noah Glenn, who's marked on the chest. He'll be 20 metres out on a slight angle, deep in this last quarter. 20 minutes played. Doesn't play around. Goes straight in, looking for the goals. He leans back on it. No. He pushes that one left as well. Jeez. And I think if the kick's got any lazier, they'll be falling asleep while they kick it. And it was another point there to Druin.
7-10-52 Druin. Maffra 14-15-99, 47-point margin. It's the Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard at the 20-minute mark at the final quarter.
All right, so they bring the ball back into the home side, and Hutz is on the end of a good strong mark just at left half forward flank. He goes along the line, long kick, and he finds a teammate he went searching for, Sammy Robbins. He couldn't take it, but Thatcher at ground level could. And I tell you what, Bedgood just needs a nice bounce. He should run towards goals here, or someone should. And it's Butcher that's a person he goes looking for. Butcher needs the ball to bounce his way, and it does. He gets rid of a tackle. Handball's over the top. A chance for another goal for Pollard. And Pollard across the face of goals as well.
It's now 3-3 this quarter, 3 behinds apiece, and the margin 48 points in Mafra's favour, 21 minutes played.
Sure, what's going on here? It's a little bit of comedy at errors, or we just say it's just one of the things, the game's just died and no one really is taking much care in regards to what's happening.
No. There's some good pieces of play through the midfield, but the finishing for both sides has been pretty poor, hasn't it?
It has.
And don't forget, these sides are second and bottom at the ladder at the minute. And, you know, in some ways, with respect, you can see why. Just some of their skills aren't quite right when they should be. They've got patches of play that are equal to most, but just not enough of them at the minute. As they bring the ball back into Druin, Hugo Burks threatens the forward 50, now finds the forward 50. Campbell Jolly, the first player there, can't get a handle on the ball, overruns it. Boundary might win out here, or will it? No, they keep the ball in play, but only momentarily before it spills over the line. 30 metres from Druin's goals. Druin trailing 52-100. We might try to get you some scores from around the grounds as well when we get a chance.
Ball comes back in. It's Jones again. No, it's not. It's Reid. Reid gets a tap down, picked off there by Renoy. His little chip kick in. Wasn't great to his teammate there in Robbins. Handball goes really to no one. The ball's just flicking around there too. The umpire's called holding the ball. Didn't have much of an opportunity then, the Druin player. The umpire was quick to blow his whistle and pay a free kick, and it looks like, is that Thatcher? We'll say it is anyway. He kicks it inboard to Alex Carr. Alex Carr comes out wide, looking for his brother Ed. Ed couldn't mark, but he's still good enough to pick it off. He handballs to John Butcher. He runs inside. His little chip kick in here. Is this Caribia again? Yep. No, it is. I got it right the 38th time. He was looking for Bedgood. Bedgood was good enough to do what he does. Handballs over the top. He's doing party tricks now. He can't get his hands to it, though. Gets back to Caribia. The first gamer. What great teamwork play then, and a great little finish then too.
First goal.
His first goal of the afternoon and first goal in senior footy. And they all come down to celebrate his first goal of the afternoon there, Bergs.
Yeah, great finish to Bailey Carubia. He's worked really hard today. He's been on the end of a couple. Just if he can fix up a few skills there, he'll be a fine young player for the team. But good finish by Bedgood. He's been on top all day, and he's actually given a few goals off as well. So.
And that's the first goal of the quarter by either team. It's come at the 23-minute mark of the final quarter. The Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard has Mafra 15-16, 106, leading Druin 7-10-52.
Just before the bounce goes, boys, Lee and Gather have lost. We have won by 27 points. Billy Gowers 5 goals.
And their winning streak was?
34.
34.
What a shame.
What a shame. So Mafra retained that winning
He said
streak.
that with a lot of empathy as well, didn't he? So,
he did. So he should. It's something to be proud of, a great winning streak. As Druin go forward now, they do it through Jordan Kingy on the lead yet. They found him again, Hugo Burks. Or is it? Yep.
It is.
Yeah, Hugo Burks. He's kicked for 4 with limited opportunities and a 5-goal effort in a side that would mean have kicked 8 is a super effort.
I know they're getting beat by 9 goals, but if you can build a bit of a side around this kid here, I think, you've got a bit of a bright future here for the club.
Hugo Burks, 45, off the boot. Look pretty neat, I've got to tell you. Nah, just a point. Head over the ball nicely, though, as he kicked for goal. Got good contact, just wasn't accurate enough.
7-11-53, Druin trailing Mafra 15-16, 106. Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard 24.5 minutes.
Renoy, he chips it in and finds, you can tell me, Bergs. No, he won't help me out here now today. It's just too late. Challenge handballs off to Renoy. He's there to support. And here's that run and dash we talk about week in, week out when we call Mafra. Gets the handball off, but he put his teammate under the pump. The umpire says you did. And it's holding the ball. And a great tackle there by Jordan Kingy. He looks inside. His kick is good, but it's deep pocket. Play on there by Wands. Wands looks at the top of the square, looking for Burke, so he couldn't mark. Quirk was there to support as well, but the Mafra defence were good. Only to find Ed Carr. He gets him out of trouble there with looking for Benny Brunt. He had 2 to beat. And a fantastic mark there by Callum Tyler for Druin. He quickly plays on, looking for Quirks again, but picked off there by Challing. His little kick out wide finds Robbins. He's not little handball over the top to Carr, so it's getting a little bit sloppy.
Yeah.
And someone's going to get hurt with stuff like this as well, because in the end of the day, you know, he's still got to throw a little bit at the game, even though the game's over.
Kai Kirk now goes inboard, looking for, can he find a teammate? Oh, almost could. Searching for a teammate at forward line. Didn't find that player. One's left foot kick around the side. A thump from a Maffra defender, and that Maffra defender, I reckon it could have been Ed Carr. Who was it?
Dave Adams.
Dave Adams, thank you, Adrian. And a boundary thrown will take place. Maffra 15-16, 106. Druin 7-11, 53. Moe have defeated Lee and Gather in somewhat of an upset, although Paul Carter predicted that would be the case. He looked at the stats, did some calculations, found that would be the case, and he was right again. Minus score for Druin in the meantime, while I was talking crap.
Druin 7-12-54, Maffra 15-16, 106, 52-point margin on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard, 26.5-minute mark of the final quarter.
Adam chips in, find his teammate. He's a little chip in and finds Monk deep in the pocket. He goes back towards Adams again. He'll go inboard now and finds Renoy. Renoy marks, plays on straight away. Brunt turns around on that left foot, looking for, and he was not going to find his brother, Will, because the kick was crap. They didn't know when you get home tonight. Great smother then too by Sam Robbins. But the ball gets itself, finds itself in fight inside for Druin. Pat jumps, no one marks, ball comes out, Brunt, he has it, left foot, finds sideways, and it goes to Carr, and that'll be Alex Carr. So Alex Carr looks like down the line looking for Butcher. Or is it Will Brunt? We'll say he's looking for Will Brunt, and he finds him. But it looks like Butcher's given away a free kick for a push-out.
Shepherd.
And the free kick will go to young James McKellar. So McKellar, he goes inboard, finds Kingy. That'll be Clayton Kingy. Kick long inside, looking for Burks. And what a mower. The mark was paid, or the umpire said play on.
Must have been.
And now it's got to be a sling tackle, I dare say, because the tackle was a little bit adventurous, we'll call it, and the Druin players are now remonstrating for it as well.
Why would you bother?
I think, why would you bother? This late in the game, and I know you've got to protect your teammates, but you can just say, look, might have thought the tackle was a little bit untoward, and we'll just leave it at that.
It's 90 minutes too late.
So the last thing you want to be doing is finding yourself in the book and missing a few weeks of footy. You're going to carry on with a little bit of argy-bargy. So there's a Maffra player down on the ground at the moment too. The umpire has picked off a 50-metre penalty. We'll just say it's for that little scrimmage. We'll say, Poppy. We'll say you guys shouldn't have done that this late in the game. So a free kick. It goes to young Joe Collins.
No guarantee of...
And he's put it through. He might have not nearly pushed it left. But Bergs, what do you think, mate? This late in the game, isn't there any chance of you doing...
Yeah, look, obviously a bit of a sling tackle there was the free kick, and obviously the remonstration after it as the umpires found a 50-metre penalty. So easy goal to Druin. Look, the sting has gone long gone out of this game, and I think both teams are looking for the final siren.
Which shouldn't be too far away, Adrian, with the clock saying 29-minute mark of the final quarter and a 46-point margin in favour of Maffra, who are 15-16, 106 to Druin 8-12-60 on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard.
Well, you boys picked it at half-time with the big man Paul gone from Druin. They look to give Maffra every opportunity to expose their opponents today, and that's exactly what happened. Margin at quarter-time was 19 points. Margin at half-time was 20 points. But from then, it's been all Maffra. And as you just heard from Paul Carter, 46 points is the margin right now. 29 and a half minutes gone. You wouldn't think too much longer to round out this day. We'll give you final scores around Gippsland, Latrobe, North Gippsland, Mid Gippsland, and of course AFL when we get the opportunity as well. We'll pick out our best player, our Zambrero goal of the day. Loads to get through at the conclusion of this game. At the moment, Jones kicks the ball off the ground for Maffra. Gathers 4 or 5 metres before it's held in. Central umpire will take control and does.
I'm looking forward to the siren going as well, Poppy. Those couple of prawn twisters that are looking at me right now need to be devoured.
Yeah, we've got a couple of little drinks in the car, which I'm looking forward to on the way home. Mrs. Pop's just given me a call, and after I've told her 5 times I'm not going out tonight, she's insisted that I do. So there's another late one coming. Anyway, ball back to here. Druin through Reece Salter. Bounces out from the half-back, goes towards half-forward. Marshall put the hand out, not normally good enough, and isn't good enough on this occasion. Well done. That's Carr towards the outer side to Geishan, takes the mark. Been pretty solid today, as have most players for Mafra, and for that matter, Druin, really. It's just skill errors have cost both sides at various times. So go inboard to Jones, takes the mark, nice and easy, feeds off the handball, and from half-forward, can we see Bedgord get another one? He's taken a good strong mark, and he's done that for most of the day. No one been able to stop him, really.
Yeah, I think this is the opportunity now. He's played on straight away, so it's going to spoil the party for you too, Pop.
Marks inside 50 there, Paul.
This quarter, 7 each. 7 to Mafra, 8 to Druin.
Bedggood must have some marks inside 50.
Oh, I haven't got it whether they're inside 50, but he's taken 19 marks for the day.
Yeah, they've been big. And I think about Dan's game as well. He just loves to share the ball inside 50 as well.
Yep.
So it's Robbins. 30 metres out, directly in front to finish off the afternoon for Mafra, and he's pushed it right. They've pushed it either left or they've pushed it right this quarter.
Yeah.
Pop, and it's just
probably
been
that's been one of the disappointments, kicking for goal for both sides.
So they've played on it immediately, the Druin side, just to get the ball outside this defensive 50, but the kick again, it's been poor, and it was picked off there by Adams. He gets it inside, looking for Bedggood, and guess what? He drops the mark he should have taken. He's
Look at that.
For number 20. A quick, beautiful tap on them by Butcher to Bedggood. He had 3 opponents to beat, and he couldn't. And the ball's still fiddling around inside their 50. Pushes out wide by Challing. Jones, little kick, wasn't great to Renoy.
There it is.
And there is the siren.
Yeah, thank God.
And everyone is cheering for that one too. And it's a big win to the Mafra Eagles this afternoon. They defeated Druin 15-17, 107 to Druin 8-12-60. It was a, maybe we won't call it a lacklustre last quarter, but definitely didn't have much excitement in it. And it was a big win there to the Mafra Eagles. We'll take a small break here at the Mafra Rec Reserve, and we'll come back to you with our post-game wrap-up. All the scores for you, our best players, our Zambero goal of the afternoon, and then we'll call it an afternoon for you two.
Who do you think the best Zambero?